Okay, cool. Hello to people, to the viewers. Welcome to the Tea and Tales Tavern, where we discuss, well, our book club, where we discuss books and shit. Um, I can't believe it is the end of October. It's not October. God, August. I wish it was October. I need to get paid. I'm tired. Um, I'm Jam. Blue Clovers. Who wants to introduce themselves next? Peter, you go.
I'm Peter. Victoria, you go.
I'm Victoria.
I feel like last time we forgot to do that until like somewhere in the middle, so I remembered this time.
Yay.
This month we read The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware.
Who recommended that book?
Me. What do you mean? I did. I chose the book this month.
And do you stand by that?
Yes. Why? Did you finish? I know you finished it. Victoria,
finished
did you
it.
finish it?
I did.
Did you finish it, Jam?
Okay. Of course.
Jam is the only one who
Of course I
consistently
did.
finishes.
What do you mean?
Okay. Well,
Even when I DNF a book, it's like a couple pages before the end.
And it's like a purposeful DNF, not just a she didn't finish.
yeah.
Exactly. But I know we were all super busy this month. Actually, before we get any further, do we know if all of our mics are on?
We
I
probably
hope
should
so.
check that.
Can we hear ourselves?
The thingies are bouncing.
Can we hear ourselves? Yeah, it's going.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Enough of
Things
that.
are happening.
Why did I choose this book this month? I wanted a mystery. The end. I just really, really like mystery books sometimes. It was like enough of fantasy and sci-fi. And I kind of thought it would go into paranormal, I guess, but it didn't. And I'm happy about that.
It tried.
I
It
don't
started
know.
to.
It tried many things. It tried to be a mystery. It tried to be
Was it-
good. It
You
tried to
have
be
some
set in
thoughts.
Scotland.
I don't know if you can tell, but Peter already has many opinions on this book.
They don't seem
Yeah.
like good opinions.
No.
Well, we'll get to that, I guess. I'm gonna jump into attempting to summarize what happened. I'll let you know right now it's gonna be a mess because like a lot of things were everywhere and there were a lot of details that I'm probably gonna skip over because they're not really necessary. But I mean, nah.
But as per usual,
But
if
I
you
mean,
miss anything, we'll help.
yeah,
Like we do.
if I miss anything, just jump in. So,
Okay, first
start
off,
of
we're
this
missing a
book.
good book.
Shit.
I'm sorry. I'll behave. I'll be good from now on.
I didn't
Until
think
it
it
is
was
my
that
time to
bad. We're starting off with our character, our main character, Rowan. Um, it's kind of difficult to describe this part because of what we find out at the end. But in the beginning, she's like, she needs a new job, but not quite needs a new job. She wants a change of pace, and she comes across an advert for a live-in nanny. Because right now she's like, not quite a nanny, but she works at a all-day daycare thing for babies. I forgot what they call it, like little nappies or some shit.
Little
Little nippers.
nippers.
Little nippers. Well, that's what she's doing. And she comes across this advert for a live-in nanny, and they pay really well. So she's like, I'm gonna send in a resume. Let me get this job. And the resume is somewhat fraudulent. She says she's embellishing some things. She's embellishing a lot of things. But anyways, she gets selected for an interview. Important to know, she's living in London right now, and the nanny thing is in Scotland.
Like up in the Highlands.
Not sure how. Yeah.
Far in
So
Scotland.
I don't know how she came across that advert, but she did. Anyways, she gets selected for an interview, and it's supposed to be like in person. So they're going to send her all the way to Scotland. She's going to stay the night, do the interview, go back the next day. Um, it's for Heather Bray House, Heath Bray. No, Heather Bray House.
Heather Bray.
Right.
Heather Bray.
Yeah, the Ellingcourts are the current occupants of the house.
They may as well have just
so-
called it Scottish McScottish House.
Is that like a basic Scottish
Yeah.
name?
I mean,
Oh,
it may as
okay.
well have been called, like, Blue Cross Flag House. That's literally the level we're dealing with here.
Oh no. See, because I'm not from Scotland and know next to nothing about Scotland, I didn't pick up on all this very obvious.
Yeah.
See, I
It's
didn't
very,
even check
like-
to see if Ruth Ware is from Scotland.
Oh, she's
No,
very not from...
she's-
She's heard the word Scotland and she's word associated what she thinks Scotland is from that.
No.
She's from England. It says on the back of the book. That's the only reason I know. Because I was like, I need to know if she's actually Scottish or not. She's not.
Yeah. It'd be like me coming to Canada and naming a house Maple Leaf Pancake Syrup House. You know? That's what it's like.
I understand some of the hate
Okay.
now. Okay. Where are we? So she gets on this train. She makes it to wherever in Scotland. She gets picked up by the groundkeeper / handyman Jack. He's kind of important later. He's a character. She meets Sandra and her dogs, which I wish we saw more of, but we don't.
Do you mean the dogs or Sandra?
The dogs, not
dogs
Sandra.
were
Sandra's
cool.
a bitch. So what does she do? She drops her stuff off. She talks to Sandra a bit, drops her stuff off. They have like dinner / interview. And she's like, I want to be a nanny. Well, okay, first, before the interview, she gets to the room. I guess I should start at the door. It's a smart home. She gets to the door. And there's like no keyhole. And she's like, oh my gosh, how do I get in? And then she hears Sandra's voice over the intercoms, and Sandra appears afterwards. She's like, give me a second. And she's like, where's this voice coming from? And then Sandra appears. And then she gets to go into the house. She gets to go to her room. She's like, oh my gosh, the room is so luxurious. I want this job for the luxury. She's lying to us.
She says
Okay.
she wants to be a part of the family.
Yeah. She's speaking big
Literally
time
the
shit.
same night after seeing this fancy ass washroom.
She has to be part of the family.
Yep.
So she gets to this interview after she unpacks her shit, has dinner, and she's like, I'm like the best nanny in the world. You should hire me. I mean, if you would hire me. But yeah, she's answering the questions like perfectly, I guess. And the interview goes well. Obviously she got the job. Otherwise the book wouldn't happen.
Can you imagine? It just ends.
I got the email the next day. They said, sorry, we're going in another direction.
And then she
Yeah.
went on
If
a
I read a
murderous
book like
rampage.
that, I wouldn't mind that kind of book. There's like 10 pages. Okay, thanks.
That'd be fun. It should also be pointed out at this point that she has literally name-checked Mary Poppins this early into the procedure.
I've never actually seen Mary Poppins. I'm sorry. I heard it's really good.
I loved it
That's
as a
about
kid.
it.
I haven't seen it in a very long
know.
time. No idea if it
I haven't
holds
seen
up.
it in ages either. You know
As-
what's better? Bed knobs and broomsticks.
Oh, I didn't like that one as much.
Oh, it's
don't know.
excellent.
I don't know what that is.
It's Murder, She Wrote lady being a witch.
Who's that?
Angela Lansbury.
I don't know her.
You know the voice of the teapot in Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, yes.
Yes, her.
Okay, I don't know the face, though, but
Okay,
I know
that's
the
fine.
voice.
That's
She looks like a teapot.
Oh my god.
What, she's dead? What's she gonna do? Come on, Angela Lansbury.
Anyways. Anyways, so Rowan didn't get to meet Sandra's demon children. There's 3 of them. One's away at boarding school, but we meet her later in the book. The other 2 are much younger. I think it's 8 and 5?
Yeah, around
Maybe.
I
there.
believe so.
Something like that. Because the oldest is 14. Anyways, the middle child, Maddie, like hugs Rowan when she's leaving. She's supposed to be like the really shy, kind of black sheep child. And she hugs Rowan and says not to take the job because the ghost won't like it. So it's like, oh my gosh, we're dealing with ghosts? Okay.
Also, we haven't met the
Anyways,
husband.
we haven't met the husband. It's just been Sandra and two kids, Jack, and two doggos, and the house. Rowan quits her job, her current job at Little Nippers, and moves to Heatherbray because Sandra's like, I need a nanny ASAP, like within the next 3 fucking weeks. So she does it. She gets to Heatherbray 3 weeks later, has dinner with Sandra and Bill, where Sandra reveals, hey, we're leaving tomorrow. Because they're architects, they have a firm, they have to go to meetings and shows and shit. So
Yeah,
Sandra and Bill
I have a
are
question about
leaving.
that. They're
Yeah.
such big shot architects with this big cool firm. How come there's only 2 of them? How come there is like no one else to help take over when shit goes down?
I don't know if she said it in the book. I think the idea was like, it's theirs. It's their own little startup that they made super successful, and nobody, I don't know, they don't want to hire people because they're stingy.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a failing business and they just don't want to tell us.
Maybe.
I don't know. With all their money, you think they would hire help. Like,
Right?
not a nanny, but like somebody to help at the business.
I have like 14 sentences that begin, if they had all this money, how come? ...
Yeah, exactly. So we meet Bill, and Bill is a disappointment. A disappointing, disgusting man is what we learn about him.
He
Sandra
kind of
leaves.
tries it on with Rowan.
Yeah, so Sandra, after dinner, Sandra's like, I'm gonna go tuck in the girls, and I guess we'll hang out with them tomorrow because I won't. I'm gonna be gone. And she leaves Rowan with Bill, and Bill's like, gross. And flirting's not the right word, but he's immediately trying to get in her pants because he's a man with money. And it's horrible, but Rowan's like, okay, bye. And then she covers the camera in her room because all of the rooms except Bill's office has cameras. And that's just creepy. So good for her for covering that up because ill. It's Bill's house and Bill's technology, and we don't need him looking at Rowan, as terrible as she is. Anywho, next day, Sandra and Bill leave for their trip because they're terrible parents. And the kids kind of throw a tantrum. Ellie like throws herself to the ground, so she's like chasing after the cars they're leaving, and then obviously the car zooms away and she's like, boo-hoo.
I had this vision in my head of Ellie running after the car and the car slamming on its brakes and her going boom into the back of it and then the car just taking off again.
Oh no, that's not at all what happens.
That's
But
what I wanted to happen.
she falls to the ground, and then Rowan tries to like pick her up, but she like grabs her too hard or something. At this point, I'm like, Rowan's probably a really bad nanny, borderline child abuse on some, like a bunch of stuff happens in this book. She should not have this job. She definitely should not be working at Lil Nippers.
No.
Yeah, this is the first kind of inkling that she's not Mrs. Doubtfire, but she's not the perfect person she's set out to be. But I should point out as well, the letter is told in flashback, and she's writing this letter, and is like, I'm not the perfect person. I can't lie to you. I can't lie and keep all this up. So that's
Yeah.
kind of part of
Like
it.
at the start of the book, so she's already in prison and she's writing to a lawyer because she's like, we learn that a child dies, and she's like, I didn't kill the child, because that's what she's in jail for like murdering a baby. Not a baby, but a
child.
kid. They're all babies to me.
This is my next thought. Mr. Wrexham. Now, back when the book was written, that was when Welcome to Wrexham was a big thing. So Ruth Ware clearly just turned on TV, was like, "Oh, Scotland, Heather Bray, click. Wrexham, click."
I don't know what Wrexham is. That's
Me
a
neither.
It's a town in Wales that has
Okay.
it's mostly famous now for like having a football club that Ryan Reynolds and one of the pricks from Always Sunny invested in.
Oh, okay. Because I know there was like this TV show. I forgot
Welcome
who the
to Wrexham.
character was. Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. And it was like a documentary about them taking this shit football team and taking them to like the Premier League.
That's
So,
all I
like
knew.
they say write what you know, but Ruth has clearly just turned on TV and been like, "Oh, let's make a note of that, Mr. Wrexham. That'll do."
Sounds like she did some very surface level Wikipedia research, which is sad.
Yeah.
But
What do they have
damn.
in Scotland? They have heather, and they call rivers braes. How about that? Let's combine those two things.
I didn't know that. I am learning things.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I felt that was
No,
like Rowan letting her guard down, showing who she really is.
that's good though. That, I mean, not her doing that. That's terrible.
I'm
But
sure if it makes the kids behave.
I guess. I mean, they don't in this instance. So
But
she kind
also,
of.
like, how hard did she grab Ellie's wrist? Because it says later that she left bruises.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between, like, grabbing someone and, like, grabbing so hard you bruise them.
Yeah. There's like grab like, okay, come on, honey, and then there's fucking come on.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I could even purposely leave bruises on someone. Like,
Is
I don't
Dylan around?
know.
Can we try? Science, okay?
She definitely. I mean, child abuse all over this
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, like, not only, like, after she grabs her and, like, Ellie's like, that hurts. What the fuck? Let me go. She walks away from these kids and she takes Petra, which is, like, the baby, essentially. I forgot how old she is. Less than a year?
Yeah, I think
No.
she is like less. She's definitely less than a year, or maybe just over a year.
She's just, yeah, she's definitely, like, maybe toddler.
Yeah, she's kind of like
Maybe? I
making
don't-
talking noises.
yeah, I would say maybe, like, around 1. Because she's kind of, like, just starting to talk and say words.
So she takes little Petra inside, decides to feed her, almost kills her. Because she doesn't strap Petra into the high chair properly, so she like turns around to do something, turns back around, and Petra's standing on her high chair, almost like she could fall over, and the kitchen floor is concrete. So Petra could have died. She didn't though. After that, I was pretty sure Petra was the one who was gonna die. Did anyone have any guesses on who was gonna die?
I thought it'd be the older girl, Rhiannon,
Mm-hmm.
because they just said a child, and Rhiannon is 14, so she is legally a child. So I thought it'd be Rhiannon, but at this point, it's
Yeah.
anybody's guess. Any child is in the mix.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be because they were talking about ghosts. I was like, okay, the smart house is just gonna kill a kid. The end and frame Rowan. That's not what happened.
See, when you told us about the book and you said about the smart house, I was like, okay, get some fucking. That's literally what I thought would happen. You sold us a fake bill of goods, to be honest, with this book. We did not get.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I mean, I still kind of like the ending. It was fucked up, but you know,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
We'll get there. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so she feeds Petra without killing her. She goes back outside to check on the other girls, on Maddie and Ellie. They're not there. She's like, oh, oops. And she gets Petra into like a stroller and starts walking around the yard. The property. It's pretty big. So she's walking around looking for the girls. She can't find them. She does come across a nasty old pond bog thing. And she kind of panics because, oh no, there's a body of water and I can't find these children. So she has some sense, which is great. She has. Did she bring Petra back? I think she brings Petra back. Or she put her to bed and she had taken the dogs out. Something happened.
Yeah, she takes the dogs to see if they can track the kids or something.
Yeah. She takes the dogs
Yeah.
out with Petra so that it'd look like she wasn't hunting down the kids, so it'd look like she still had some kind of control, because babysitter logic.
But she had the baby monitor with her. And then she hears like a scream over it and she kind
Yeah.
of rushes back to the house.
Right, yeah.
And anyway, she gets back. She's like, the house is fine. Everything's okay. But where are the girls? And then she comes across Jean Mackenzie?
Yeah.
John? Anyways,
Like Jean.
she comes across
Yeah, Jean.
Jean, who is, I don't know what I would describe her position as, but she like cleans the house. I guess she's the cleaner. She kind of pops in the morning and the evening and cleans up the house and the dishes.
You like a caretaker?
And so
Kind
maybe
of like a caretaker.
we'll go with a caretaker. So Rowan meets Jean, and Jean's like displeased because she's like, I found the girls outside. They were locked out of the house. I've been looking after them this whole time, which is like your job. And so Rowan and Jean are not besties at all. And Rowan keeps saying, like, I didn't lock the house. I don't even know how to work the panels to do that. But Jean's like, I came to the house. It was locked. The girls were sitting outside. I don't know what to tell you. That's what happened. And so the girls are eating pizza in the kitchen. Rowan's upset because she's like, I wanted to give them pizza so they would be like, you know, so they would think I'm the nice nanny. But now I'm the bitch nanny because I locked them out of the house. Yeah, I guess Jean leaves. And then like later that night, maybe sometimes Sandra will like call in because she wants to like have checkups with the girls or check up on like Rowan. So she calls that night and Rowan tells her concerns about the pond. She doesn't say anything that's happened. She's like, the day was good. Everything's great. But also there's a pond on the property. Should we be concerned about that? And Sandra's like, okay, use your common sense. Obviously, if they're like mucking around the pond and things are going south, like, I don't know, do something about it. You're the nanny? What the fuck? And Rowan's like, I don't know. In my job, you were supposed to be a little more vigilant about that. And Sandra kind of flips out because why are you talking to me about how I should parent my children? Anywho. After that call, Jack, the handyman, I guess he had been in the house during that call. Anyways, they eat burnt pizza together. I guess it's comfort food after the horrible day. What?
I said that's not a euphemism. They literally eat burnt pizza.
I didn't realize that could be a euphemism. What do you
It
mean?
sounds kind of like it. They had pizza and it was crispy.
That's just Peter being Peter. It's not a euphemism.
Oh, okay. They do have burnt pizza. And then Jack goes back home because he lives close enough to the house that he can like see it and walk to it. I think it takes like 2 minutes for him to walk over.
Yeah, he lives on the grounds. He's like, he lives on the property.
Yeah. Anyways, 3 a.m. rolls around. Rowan wakes up. She hears footsteps. And the lights are on in the kitchen. She doesn't know why. She's pretty sure she turned the lights off. And also where the footsteps coming from because there's no one in the hallway. And at this point in the book, she's like, there is no space above her room for anyone to be like walking around. So what the fuck's going on? But she does find a locked door in her room. And it's just like an old school door with like a keyhole. But she can't open it. So she's going to ask about that another time. The next day, I guess it's still the weekend. Rowan's like, I'm going to have a picnic with the kids and they're going to love me. And when she brings up this idea, Maddie's like, oh my God, I know where we should go. And she takes them to a poison garden. We learned that the poison garden it was locked, but Ellie and Maddie obviously know how to get in and they have their picnic there. And later, Sandra flips out on Rowan because Maddie's like, oh, she took us to the poison garden. And Sandra's like, why the fuck would you do that? Because she had given Rowan this massive binder about everything, basically, like the kids' bedtimes, what snacks they can eat, all that stuff. Like how to work every panel in the house. And Poison Garden was in there. And then Rowan's like, why the fuck would it be somewhere in the back of the binder, in the middle of the binder, in front of it's such a concern? Like, fuck you, Sandra. I'm not reading all that. I don't know. No one died, though. But we learned that the Poison Garden was, I guess it's a heritage site, and so they can't get rid of it as much as, like, the Ellen Courts really want to, so they've kind of locked it, but not very well, obviously, because the kids know how to undo the hatch and, like, get in.
Which is what Rowan fires back to Sandra. Sandra's like, you took the kids there? And Rowan was like, yeah, but your fucking kids clearly know how to open the door, bitch. Don't fucking come at me with that. And instead of being like a human and being like, did not know that, new information, Sandra was like, huh, okay, well, bye. And also, fuck you, click.
Pretty much. So like Sandra's not the greatest person, but I mean, we all know that. Well, later that night, Happy app, which is the app that runs the house, it turns on like all of the lights and starts blasting music throughout the house at like max volume. So loud that even Jack can hear it from his home, so or like from the room he's staying in, the house. So he runs over, he saves the day, turns off all the lights, tries to run some kind of, I don't know, software to see if everything's all right with the app. Because why is it malfunctioning like that? Who knows? But everything's fine. It's not haunted at all.
Not even a little bit. What I love this bit because I was trying so hard to imagine what music it could have been. What song do you think it was?
I don't know. I assumed it was gonna be like rock or screamo or just something really loud and scary.
That's exactly what I thought.
I think it'd be funny if it was Bad Omens, just because.
That would be excellent.
Right?
I did think something like maybe Bad Omens, Bring Me the Horizon,
Yeah.
As December Falls, something like that. Who are my new favourite band.
Just something to scare you awake, you know?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I think Rowan kisses Jack on the cheek, so she definitely has a thing for him.
Yeah.
And that's like way too fast. You've known this man for 2.5, maybe 3 days, but whatever.
Not even. If you like add up
Like,
all the
she's-
time they've actually been together, it's like half a day.
If that, yeah. And most of
That's
that is
true.
him driving her to and from the train stations.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's thirsty, and that can't be helped.
She's thirsty and he's a tall drink of water.
Yep.
Take some sippies, hydrate.
Allegedly. The next day, they wake up late, and Jean's like, "Okay, why the fuck are the kids not up? Because it's Monday." And Rowan's like, well, at first she's like, "I let them sleep in because we had an eventful night. Stuff happened." And Jean's like, "Wake the kids up. They need to go to school." And Rowan's like, "Oh my God, it's Monday." So they start getting ready, and Maddie's kind of a terrible child. She spits in Rowan's face when she's like brushing her teeth.
Forgotten about this, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she
fucking
makes
gross,
Rowan
isn't it?
brush her teeth.
Yeah, she's like, "Can you help me get dressed? Can you brush my teeth?" And Rowan's brushing her teeth, and Maddie's like, "Ha." It was gross as fuck. And I think Rowan almost slaps Maddie.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
she
she
goes
actually
like-
slapped her. Almost.
This is the part where she
Yeah.
almost slaps her.
I'm like, oh my God. What?
Okay,
Okay,
we're,
Rowan.
we're in the trust tree now. Like, it's described as Rowan gets so close, but like stops last minute. Trust tree here. Would you have stopped?
I wouldn't
I
have
would not
started.
have even.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, listen.
I would have flinched and been like, "What the fuck?" Like, I probably would have swore. But I
Yeah.
would have not ever, not even a backhand. Nothing.
Like
Just
100%
me,
would
no.
have sworn and been like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And like
Yeah.
yelled at the kid, but I would never go to slap them. Especially like
Never.
like that's gross, but not that bad. Like if you're a nanny, like you've put up with worse,
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right?
If
Like
it was my kid, and the kid was being facetious, then words would be said.
Words would be said for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There would be timeouts. There would be some level of discipline, but I am not going to beat a child for spitting in my face. But that's not how Rowan does things, I
No.
guess.
no, they're different out in London, I guess.
Yeah. The mean streets of South London.
Doesn't London have, I guess they did have like the Super Nanny show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't learn.
No, she didn't watch it.
Anyways, she gets the kids to school. I think she drives a Tesla and she like talks about how it's kind of difficult and weird. It's a learning curve, but she did it. And or did she go with Jack? And then Jack's like, "Let's go on a little date. I'll take you around town and show you everything." I don't even remember what the town's called.
Yeah, I
Isn't
think-
that a bit later? Because
Is it? I
Bill
don't remember.
calls Jack and is like, "Get your ass down here with some paper." And
I thought
she
it was
has-
then.
yeah.
late? I don't
That's
know.
all the same time. I think
Oh.
maybe it is the first day that Jack takes them.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yes.
then
Okay.
he's gone for
Oh
a
yeah, and
bit,
then
and then
Jack
Rowan's
leaves,
like,
and
I
then
have
she
to
has to
drive.
drive. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Sorry, I'm ruining this whole thing again.
No, it's just the book's a little confusing.
no, that happens. Jack goes away. Rowan's like, let me research this garden thing because obviously I need to know about it. And she learns that it was previously owned by a Dr. Grant. Grant happens to be the same last name as Jack, so she's like, oh my gosh, are they related?
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm.
Um, later that night, the doorbell rings and she checks the app. She doesn't see anyone at the door, but she goes downstairs. She sees there's no one at the door. Obviously, it couldn't be Jack because he said it would take like a day. The next morning or afternoon, maybe he would be back. So it couldn't be Jack. It couldn't be Jean because she has her own set of keys to get in. Why would she ring the doorbell? So at this point, I'm like, ghosts? I don't know. She's also like picking up after the kids and she finds a single purple flower under the breakfast bar, which is kind of important later, but not really now. But obviously, we know this flower is likely from the poison garden. The next morning, Ellie wakes up early and says some unsettling shit to Rowan. She's like, I like it better when he's gone. He makes them do things they don't want to do. And like, in context, you're thinking maybe it's the ghost that they're talking about because they're kind of both Maddie and Ellie are kind of pushing this like whole the place is haunted, the ghosts don't like you. But also hearing that from a child, you're like, oh no. What?
Yep.
And then knowing what happens later, what's revealed later in the book, it's like, ooh, yikes. Therapy. But that'll be explained later. So Rowan, this is when she drives the kids to school, and then when she comes back from the drive, she meets Rhiannon, whatever this child's name is. I call her Rhi. She's the 14-year-old, and she's a character.
She's interesting.
She is.
Wee rat.
She gets back. She's dropped off by somebody, and she's kind of surprised to see Rowan. And Rowan's like, "Didn't your mom tell you that I'd be here? I'm the new nanny." And she's like, "Oh, I thought you'd be." And she kind of like cuts it off. And she's like, "Hey, well, help me with my shit and get into the house." And then she kind of like takes off almost immediately because she's going to some party. And obviously Rowan's like, let me ask Sandra if that's okay. And then Sandra's like, yeah, that's cool. And then Rowan texts the mom of the person that Rhiannon's going to be partying with, I guess.
Well, I think
And the
it's
mom's
just,
like, yeah.
she says it's just a sleepover. She's like, oh, I'm going to Alice's house to sleep over. Even though Alice's mom is the one who allegedly dropped her off in a sketchy van. And she was like, what mom? Because I think it's like described as like kind of like a shitty, like sketchy ass white van.
Yeah.
And so Ronan is like, what kind of a mom would be driving that? Like, what's going on? But then she immediately gets distracted.
So it went over my head because I was like, maybe she runs a business and she's poor. So what, Rowan?
Oh.
Damn.
Oh no, my mind immediately went to like sketchy boyfriend.
That's where my mind went, but then because it's the kind of van that's kind of described as like, yo, like, and like driving a bin, you know. But then when I realized this is in fucking Scotland, not Southern California.
I did assume like sketchy rock star boyfriend, like wannabe rock star boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
And then when she texted Cass, I was like, "There's no fucking way that's a mom." I'm like, "That's a lie. That's not the right number."
I didn't know about that until it was revealed. I was like, oh shit. What a smart teen.
Jam can never have kids. She'd be outsmarted so easily.
Yeah.
I'd be too laid back. Just be like, as long as you're home, whatever.
You're too trusting.
One of Jam's kids would be like, look over here, look over here, look over here. While the other one is over here like, stealing from your handbag and taking your phone and everything.
That's why I'm not having kids. Just cats. Where am I on this terrible summary? Okay, so later that day, Rowan finds a creepy drawing that Maddie made of a girl bleeding to death in the poison garden. because kids like to be creepy. Why not? I guess I also forgot to mention that Rowan had told Jack about the locked door in her bedroom, and he was gonna help her go away for work. So she's like aware of this room, and she's like, it's kind of creepy. Would love to know what's in there, because obviously it's a ghost that's walking around above my room the whole time. Jack eventually comes back, though.
Sorry, has Rowan been to tie up the garden yet? Because she goes to do that at some point. I thought she did it while Jack was away.
I think it is.
Yeah, she probably did that same day.
Yeah.
I just like skipped over that part because I was like, that's stupid. Why would she just put a piece of rope over the gate?
Yeah, not even rope, like twine, like string.
Yeah.
Like, that's such great security, Rowan. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's out of reach of the kids, so clearly they have no other way of figuring out a way in.
Yeah.
As if they can't climb a gate.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know where her head was. She should not have gotten that job. And Sandra should have done a better background check.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But I mean, negligent parents, so whatever.
There is no good people in this story. Everyone's as bad as each other.
Except maybe Jean.
I would say
seems
Jean's
really
okay.
chill.
Jean's kind of a bitch.
She's a bitch to Rowan. I think that's fair.
That's valid.
From what she saw. From her point of view, it's like, you lock the kids out? What the fuck? And then she kind of warms up to her later. Sees Rowan, like, getting along with the kids. But, like, I think Jean's the only one that's okay.
Rowan also, like, immediately caught an attitude with Jean. Jean was like, oh, you locked the kids out. And she's like, bitch, no, I fucking didn't. Like, she just immediately, like, gets pissed off. And it's like, I'm sorry. Like, if you saw kids locked out of the house that you're taking care of, like, you would also be pissed at whoever's supposed to be watching them.
Yeah.
And instead of understanding that as a nanny, she should be like, oh, well, thank you for caring about the kids. This is what actually happened. No. Immediately defensive is like, no, I didn't do that. And she does it with Jack, too.
She's, like, really paranoid, and she tells herself, like, I know I'm being paranoid, but then she continues to be really paranoid.
And just really bitchy to everyone who tries to help her.
And one of the most... there's a lot of far-fetched things in this book, shall we say. One of the most unbelievable things, and I don't know if you're going to get to it when Rowan has a go at Jean.
Oh, I didn't add that part, but, like, yeah, you can talk about that.
Yeah, there's a bit when Rowan shouts at Jean, why don't you like me?
Yeah.
And it's like, bitch, that I don't care how little sleep you've had. I don't care how frustrated you had. You just kind of passively aggressively treat other people like dicks. You don't go, what? Nobody ever has confronted anybody ever about anything. So why are you sitting there saying, why don't you like me? Like, fucking, that's... They may as well have put ghosts in this book.
And she's only, like, 3 days into her job.
Yeah.
Like, you're just gonna immediately start yelling at someone who's been there for years and years? Like, that just looks bad on you.
Yeah.
Like...
I did write, like, at some point in the book that... Because we know this is a long-ass letter that she's writing to this lawyer, so it's kind of like this... Her own, like, self-inserted fan fiction of the events that happened.
Yeah.
It's like how I described it, where she's like, well, I can do no wrong, obviously, because I'm the main character, and, like, sure, I'm not perfect. I don't deserve to be in jail, and it was everybody else who's suspicious and terrible to me. Is what, like, essentially she's writing to this lawyer. Oh my God, Rowan.
And you know what? I don't know if this is the bit when we discuss it, but you know what that whole thing reminded me of? Like her writing a letter? You know the Eminem song, Stan? Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Like, Dear Mr. Wrexham, I wrote you, but I'm still in prison. My beds are terrible, and my back is itching. I didn't murder that girl. What's happening in the world? You know, that's what this whole... Because she keeps on going, and also Mr. Wrexham, I have to tell you, it's like, you don't know me, Slim, like I know you. It was 100% like Stan by Eminem.
Yeah. And I was just wondering, like, as she's writing the dialogue for these people, it's like, is that what they actually said? How reliable is she as a narrator?
But she also just makes herself sound so bad. Like, she's not even painting herself in a nice light.
Yeah. Which, in fairness, again, she did say at the start, like, I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is going to be how I am, how I'm not perfect. So there is that, but also she is giving main character energy a lot. Like, again, confronting Jean and all that kind of thing. Like, which is it? I bet none of this happened this way.
Like, she is writing herself terribly, and I think she does it because, like, she's trying to, like, prove to Mr. Wrexham that she's being the most honest person. You should believe her, but it's also, like, I wonder if she thinks that she didn't really do anything that terrible as well.
Yeah.
When she's saying she almost slapped Maddie. Like, I didn't slap her, so it's okay for me to say I almost kind of stuff. Or I grabbed her hand, and I didn't grab her that hard. I don't know why she bruised.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I only held her head underwater a little bit. There were only a few bubbles.
It wasn't for that long.
Yeah.
It was only a few inches. It was fine.
Yeah. She was able to cough and spit it out when she came up. It was fine.
Anywho, so Jack shows up eventually. The next day, the same day, who knows? I don't even know what day we're on. But he shows up. He has a bunch of keys, like a huge ring of keys. And he has the key that gets into the locked door. They go investigate. And they find, like, it's a hallway. It leads to, like, this other door that's boarded up. And then that door leads to an attic, essentially. So it's like a stairway up. Yeah, staircase going up and then a boarded door. And they take that off. And they realize, oh my gosh, there's a creepy attic. And they assume that Sandra and Bill didn't know about it, or I guess they had never gotten into the locked door before because it's not renovated like the rest of the house, and there's a bunch of creepy stuff and a dead bird in there. And Jack's like, see, that dead bird is the reason why you thought you heard footsteps. It was probably trying to get out. And Rowan's like, this bird... She doesn't say it to Jack, but she's like, this bird has been here for a while.
Yeah.
It was not making footsteps last night. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, maybe this bird's ghost was walking around, but not this bird.
Maybe. They also find, like, there's a window in the attic, and there's a bunch of writing on the walls, like children's writing about, like, the ghosts don't like you, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I hate
and it
you,
freaks Rowan
they
out.
hate you, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It says, we hate you, and then, was it Maddie or Ellie that had spelled that out in their SpaghettiOs?
It was Maddie that spelled it out.
Yeah. So she was like,
we
oh,
hate
no.
You.
He's like,
Whereas I'd have been like, we hate you. Delicious. Hate my intestines.
Get in line, bitch.
It's just wild that she was so offended by SpaghettiOs. But okay. But yeah, so she's like creeped out because, well, what do you mean? How is that writing also SpaghettiOs and on the wall when nobody can get into this room? What?
Like, ghosts can pass through walls, but for whatever reason, they need to ring the doorbell.
There's also, like, an incident where Jack leaves, and then I guess Rowan, as she's leaving, she knocks over a shelf when there's, like, a China head doll that falls and, like, rolls around. I skipped over that part later on in the summary. It was spooky, but at this point I was like, we're not dealing with ghosts. I think Rowan might be mentally ill.
At one point, I thought it was just a carbon monoxide thing. Because I was like, she is just, like, losing her marbles. I'm like, it's just carbon monoxide.
Yeah. Like, she's not sleeping. She's extremely paranoid and agitated. Like, there's something wrong with her.
She's on drugs.
At one point, I did have that thought, because they mentioned that, like, half a house is traditional Scottish croft, which is another thing, by the way. We'll get to fucking that, by the way. So it's like this traditional Scottish house, and the other half is like an add-on, which is all modern. And I thought it was going to be like, oh, when they were doing the add-on, they didn't exhaust things properly, so shit got in the air, and you're fucked in the head, lady, and things like that.
Okay.
Which is still a better ending than what we got.
The ending made me laugh. Anywho, they exit the room. Jack gives Rowan the key because he's like, I'm sure you would feel a lot better knowing you have, like, the only key to get into that creepy ass room. And then he leaves to do his job, and Rowan's like, I am getting pretty paranoid at this point. I don't remember if it's now. I think I skipped over the part where she had lost the utility key. So, like, the front door of the house is like this modern door, the Happy app to get in, and then there's a utility door that you need a key to get into. And then she had lost the key, and she told Jack, like, I can't find it. I looked everywhere. And then Jack finds it, like, near the door underneath, I think, the laundry, like the dryer or
Yeah, he
washer.
immediately goes to like the washing machine and is like, "Oh, here it is." And she's like, "I looked there, bitch. I got my phone out. I got the fucking light on. I fucking looked there." And he's like,
Even
I
like
he's
don't know
like
what to
shrugging,
tell you.
shrugging Voldemort. I don't know, man.
that whole thing pissed me off because like he's like trying to look and help, and she's like, "I looked there," and then he just like keeps looking. She's like, "I looked there," and then he keeps looking. And she's like,
Yeah.
"I." She's getting so angry. I'm like, bro, just
Yeah.
fucking at least
Let
keep it in
him
your
have
head. Like, just if you want to get pissed, fine, but keep it in your damn head. Don't like yell at the only person trying to help you here.
Yeah.
And then after he's like, "Oh, here's the key. I found it. It was probably like it was just really tucked in. You probably wouldn't have seen it." And she's like, "He must have put it there because I checked. Who else? If it wasn't him, one of the kids maybe, but I checked." It's like that was the start of the paranoia where I was like, "Rowan, calm down. You need some help." So yeah, now that Jack's given her the key, she's like, "Well, it couldn't be Jack who set off like the doorbell and is trying to like break in without me knowing, like, because why would he give me the key? And Jack couldn't have been the one that got into the attic and was walking around like the ghost, like what's going on? But also, what if it is Jack and he's just playing games with me?"
Yeah, at one point they open the app and it's like only Sandra and Bill have like the maximum positions. Jack's got a certain amount and she's got a certain amount, but only Sandra and Bill have like the maximum amount. So she's like, what if Bill's hacking Sandra's account and shit like that?
Yeah, and then later on, she's like, "Actually, I think Jack might have like more access to things that he shouldn't have. So what if it is Jack?" And it's like, "Oh my God, woman." Anywho, later that night, Ree comes home and she's drunk as fuck. And Rowan's like, "I'm gonna tell Sandra." And she starts an email about it the next morning, just as she's getting the other girls ready for school. But for whatever reason, she's like, she leaves the email open, drops the kids off from school, comes back from the drop off, and finds that the email's already been sent. And Sandra replies, like, "Oh, thanks for the update. Glad everything's going well." And she realizes that Ree had sent some bogus email. And she's like, "We need to talk." And then she confronts Ree about it, like, "Why the fuck would you do that? I'm gonna tell." And then Ree is like, "No, you're not, Rachel."
Boom.
And we learn that Rowan is actually Rachel.
Dun, dun, dun.
And at this point, I was like, why the fuck would she do this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just, I had so many questions.
Now at this
But we
point,
find out.
when this first bombshell hit, this first twist hit,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts? At this point, I was like, "You're fucking shitting me, right?" I was not a fan of this twist.
Let me see. Let me find it real quick. Because I did write it down. No, that's not it. That's a little too far. My response was when she said like Rachel Gerhardt. I don't know if I'm saying the last
Yeah,
name right. I'm
Gerhardt.
just like, why would she do this? And then she was saying, she goes on to say she's not trying to deceive anyone. And I said, lies. She's a bit delusional.
She went Jack
a
Black in
little
School
bit.
of Rock, which is another thing. Will fucking this whole story is like three different things pushed together. This is like Mrs. Doubtfire meets School of Rock with fucking Poltergeist wrapped in the middle.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
But at one point, Rachel calls Rowan, like the real Rachel, like is it when they're in the garden?
No, so the real Rowan calls Rachel, who's faking Rowan. So
Right.
it was while they were at the poison garden. She's like, it turns out that Rachel and Rowan are roommates, right? They're like in the same flat, or
Oh my God,
flatmates,
they're
I guess.
roommates.
And so Rowan is actually off on vacation, and Rachel essentially has stolen her identity. So Rowan has no idea. She's on vacation. She's living it up. So yeah. But I guess during the phone call, like, they didn't really say who was calling or the name of the person, so we wouldn't have known that early on. We just know, like, Rachel didn't really want to talk to Rowan at that point. And she was, like, trying to get her off the phone. Anywho, so we get that big reveal, and then Ree goes off to her other party because what's Rachel gonna do about it? Rachel investigates the house slash attic. Wait, later that night, I should say, Rachel fucks Jack. They have a
They
great
smooch
time.
in. They do smooch in.
And then she leaves Jack's place, gets back to the house, and finds that there's an now empty bottle of wine in the kitchen. There had been a like almost empty bottle of wine, but now it's completely empty. And she's like, I know I didn't drink all of that wine. And then not inside of the wine, but like in the sink where the wine had been poured out, there's like a bunch of poisonous berries that were not in the wine and are now in the sink. And she's like, how the fuck did that happen? Who's trying to poison me? So at that point, I'm like, okay, well, definitely ghosts. But what the fuck's going on?
And also at this point, taking a few steps back, while she's at Jack's house doing the banging, there's like a noise that she hears, like a thud, like a big bang that happens while she's at Jack's. And she's like, oh, what's that? She doesn't know what that is at that point.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. And she also sees another purple flower in his room. And she's like,
And
what?
the
And the
string
twine.
from the top of the twine.
And the twine.
And so
So
now
she's
she's
definitely
back to
suspecting
thinking
that.
he's. She just goes back and forth on with this guy. She's so
Yeah.
suspicious of him, but she still wants to fuck him so bad. I don't get it.
Which is bizarre.
It's just, I don't know. She's interesting.
She makes choices, which we're not judging. We're not here to judge.
Oh, no,
or
I
anything.
am.
You do you, girl. Oh, okay. I'm so glad one of us is. Okay, listen, right.
I think we can
So
judge
she
her.
goes to her room. I think it was the door to her room that was open. She's like, I didn't leave this open. And also she realizes the window's open in her room. And she hadn't opened the window in so long, but she's like, oh, that must be why her room had always been so eerily cold. It's because somebody opened the window. But when did that happen? Because I haven't touched the window since a couple days ago.
And also on this
So-
night, the cameras in the kids' rooms, like she didn't put on like a night light, so the camera in the kids' room, she can't see anything because it's very dark. Nobody can see anything because it's dark in there.
Yeah, and that's like the second time she had done that at this point. So she
Yeah.
can't see shit. But she goes up to the creepy room, the attic, and sees that the attic window has been blown open. And she also spots like this weird light source in the attic after she closes the window, and she realizes it's a cell phone, and there's a pile of chocolate wrappers and some wilting berries and a book and her necklace. Oh my god, that she misplaced like the first night. Also some twigs. And so she realizes that the phone, she had heard some buzzing on her way up to her room. So she's like, that must have been the sound. It was that phone. But how did that phone get up there and whose phone is it? And she stays up that night waiting for Ree to come back. And they yell at each other. And Rachel.
Oh,
Sorry.
here we go.
Rachel.
Here we go. Prepare
Rachel
yourself
calls
for
Ree
the
up.
next twist.
And then Rachel starts projecting her own stupid childhood, okay, not stupid, but her own childhood trauma and neglect onto Ree when she thinks about Ree saying, like, she lashes out basically and says, like, we don't need you, like, as a nanny. And Rachel's like, "Oh, I remember when I was a child, I would say those things, but I never meant it."
Because this is when it's revealed what happened to the other nannies as well. And why
Yes,
there are no
so-
other nannies.
So Rachel brings up Holly because she thinks like Holly was the first long-standing nanny they had, and then she left, and she's assuming after Holly, every other nanny was very short-lived. And she's like, well, it's clearly because these girls are so torn over losing their first nanny. So she's like, oh, well, I'm sorry about Holly, and she tries to have this heart-to-heart with Ree, and then Ree's like, I don't give a fuck about that slut. She was sleeping with my dad for 2 years, and she had Ellie and Maddie lying to her mom about it to cut like the tea. And then Ree, we learned, framed Holly for child abuse. So basically she like, I mean, it was child abuse. It wasn't really framing her, but she like made Holly super angry in the kitchen, and then Holly, I guess, slapped Ree, and that got caught on camera, and she's like, you better quit or I'm gonna tell my dad or my mom, whoever hired you, I'm gonna tell. And so she left, and then every nanny afterwards didn't last very long. And we find out it's because Bill's just like fucking all of them. I think, I don't know if it was Ree. No, it was Ree who was saying like, it doesn't matter if you tell me you're not going to sleep with my dad. They all end up doing it eventually, whether they're two or which is like, ugh, that's horrible. I don't want to read that. And then Rachel wants to, she says, I would never do that. And she wants to like tell Ree why. And we learn out, like, she doesn't tell Ree. She just like stops it at, I would never sleep with your dad. Why is that, Rachel? It's because Bill is my dad too. Oh my God.
Plot twist.
And now we get some unfortunate. We get the whole unfortunate backstory of Rachel and her upbringing, where I guess that was the first family Bill ruined. I don't know if he had been with Sandra by this point, but anyways, Bill was with Rachel's mom, and then they broke up. And he was kind of paying for child support for like a year, and he had given her a necklace, which was that she'd lost. And she had worn it to the interview, kind of hoping that Bill would have noticed it, because, like, technically Rachel is the firstborn daughter. Anyways, Bill didn't give a fuck. He didn't know. He didn't see it. He's just terrible.
I think she, like, tucked it into her
Bill.
shirt or something.
Oh, I think she did.
Yeah, she puts it away.
Yeah, she, like...
But she got nervous.
She starts hiding it a lot. I have notes about that. Because I was like, this is important because they keep fucking talking about it.
Oh, I was just like, comfort stimming? I don't know. Whatever. There's a lot happening. I was annoying. But we learned that Rachel's mom essentially blamed Rachel for her life being fucked up, I guess. And Rachel had left, I guess, as soon as she turned 18, she decided to live on her own. And then she would occasionally Google her dad and, see what he's doing, what's going on. Eventually, she does go to his old home. Like, she thinks that's where he currently is living. I guess she's like, I want to meet him and say, hey, you remember me? I'm your daughter. Hi. And she learns that he's moved out of that house and has moved to Scotland with a Sandra Ellencourt. Oh, I guess she's the Ellencourt now. But, yeah. And I guess this is where she kind of comes across the ad, not that same day, but like later on, she's just Googling him as per usual. And she sees that ad and she's like, I have to have this job because I need to meet Bill. And then when she went for the interview, she was kind of hoping to meet Bill then, but she didn't. And that's when she decided, I need to have the job for sure because I'll meet Bill when I'm the nanny. And then, I don't know. She didn't think that far. She's just like, I need to meet him. I want to see what kind of person he is. And that's as far as she got. And then she met him when she got the job and realized he's terrible. The end with that. That's what we know about Rowan's backstory and her motivations. Anyway, she doesn't tell Rhiannon any of that. She's just like, I wouldn't sleep with your dad. Let's go to bed. We're tired. And so they head upstairs. Rachel closes the window in her room that she hasn't touched forever. And she's like, weird, that's open. Let me go check on the kids real quick because ghosts obviously are fucking with me still. And she checks on Ellie and Maddie because they're in the same room. It's dark as fuck. She hears them snoring. She's like, they're there. I kind of see like bodies in the bed. It's okay. She checks on Petra. Petra's knocked out as a baby should be. And then she's going back to bed. And then she's like, wait, let me double check because something's not right. And then she goes back to Ellie and Maddie's room. And Maddie's not in bed. It's just like a bunch of pillows making the form of a body. And she starts freaking out and running around the house. And then Rhea is like, where the fuck is Maddie? Help me. And then she thinks, oh my god, Maddie's gone to the garden in the middle of the night, comes out of the house and turns to go to the poison garden. And she sees Maddie's body underneath Rachel's bedroom window. And then she's like, oh my god. And she goes to the body, and Maddie's dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
R.I.P.
How did this happen? And then we kind of get a mess of explanation, I guess, a description of like what Rowan had gone to the police, where they show up, and Jack's like, you need to like stop moving the body and let her go, because Rachel's like holding her, and they're trying to get her away from the body. The police show up. And then they take her away, and they're pretty sure Rowan did it because who else? Like, obviously, not obviously. After like some research, they realized the way Maddie fell, she didn't fall; she was pushed, and they think it was Rowan because who else would push the child out of your room? What, Rowan? And you clearly didn't like this kid, and you're a little bit crazy, and you're not Rowan, you're Rachel, and you're you're related to Bill Ellencourt, so you must have been here for revenge. You're a bit fucked up. And then that's how Rowan ends her letter essentially to the lawyer, Mr. Wrexham, and she's like, I didn't do it. Here's all the info. Help me out. And then one of the guards, I guess we get like not a letter, but like an update from a guard log saying like, I found these in this person's cell. It was a letter that was supposed to go to, I guess, a lawyer, and it was never sent for some reason. Here's a pile of letters. And so we learned that Rowan received a letter from Jean, and Jean's like, I told the police you would never hurt those kids because you were so kind to them, and I believe you never do that, and I just want you to know that. I need to get it off my chest, and I'm praying for you. But also, you got a letter from Ellie. And I didn't read it because I promised her I wouldn't. But if she told you something, you need to let us know so we can like protect the kids. And then Rowan reads Ellie's letter, and Ellie's like, hey, so I pushed Maddie out the window. So sorry about that. Can't you just tell the cops you didn't do it and then come back?
She's like, can't you?
And obviously...
The child is clearly not an expert on the legal procedures.
The best part was, oh, can't you tell them that you know who it is, but you can't tell because it's a secret?
Exactly. It's a secret. You can't tell, but you didn't do it. And so Rowan's like, Rachel, it's just like, I guess she decided to just do the time for Maddie's death because she's such a good person.
I would have ratted her out.
I would have done. Like, that's when it kind of just ends.
Yeah.
Like, we never find out what happens. Although my copy, did your copy have... I was reading a digital copy. Did your copy have notes for book clubs?
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe. I didn't... After
Mine
I
did.
got to the end, I just saw the acknowledgements. I was like, I'm done. That's it.
Mine had, like, notes for book club. What do you think happened to Rachel? It's like, you're the fucking author. You tell us what happened to Rachel. It's literally your
The
job.
woman she's in jail. What do you mean what happened to Rachel? She didn't get out.
I like to think maybe justice prevailed, like they find out who did it. Maybe not who did it, but like what happened more than just Rachel pushing her.
Yeah, because we don't find out what happens to Rachel after she reads the letter. Like, we don't know if she turned Ellie in or not.
I kind of assumed if she did, she would have returned the letter or made a copy or something to Jean and be like, yo, this is what she said. Get me the fuck out of here, please.
Yeah.
Or she would have sent the letter to Mr. Wrexham, like all of that, but she didn't. I assumed, like, she made her decision to hang out in jail because she would never kill her sister, she said.
I would have turned them in.
She loved them so much.
And she also points out that she's having a bad time in prison. She's like, oh, I got beaten up in breakfast this morning. Anyway, let me tell you about the fucking bathroom in this house.
Which is like, if I was in her position, I definitely would have told. Just because I know people who go to jail for hurting children do not have a good time. And I'm like, if I didn't do it and I have proof, I'm not going to be in this prison getting the shit wrecked.
Especially a kid you've known for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I guess...
I'm sorry, Ellie. But I'm not doing time for you.
No. Like, it's technically her half-sister, but, like, there's no emotional attachment.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
And Ellie's like 5. What's the worst that's going to happen? She's going to have, like...
She's going to go to therapy and... Done deal. That's it.
Yeah.
And, like, everything's in the letter about how Maddie was, like, I guess, trying to spook Rachel and all the things she was doing, and the fact that she was trying to poison her.
Yeah.
Like, I think it could have worked out if she just sent the letter and been like, this is what happened. Ellie's the witness. She wrote the shit down. Lawyer up, get me out. Thanks.
Yeah. Better call Saul.
But based on, like, the fact that she didn't turn in the letter and then how she was describing were handling the situation. Like even that one cop that was like, "Why would you cover the camera in your bedroom if you have nothing to hide?" Like, okay.
Yeah, I
Do
was
you
like,
want a camera in your bedroom?
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
a stupid question.
That was the dumbest thing I heard. I was like, who wants a camera that like the parents can access anytime?
Yeah.
Like, it's different if you're putting it in your own room because you know when you're accessing the camera. But even then, I wouldn't do it because people hack cameras all the time.
Yeah,
But I'm just
it
like,
just it was so unnecessary to have it in the nanny's room.
Yeah.
Fuck, you want to watch her sleep too? Like the fuck?
they wanted to see Jack fuck her. I'm calling it.
Which happened in Jack's house, by the way. So unless they had a camera in there, they're shit out of luck.
They were hoping they'd go up to the nanny's room.
Yeah. They're hoping to start some only
Probably.
Jacks or something.
Also, Jack's married with a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
That's Jack
learned that
ne- Sorry.
Jack's married. The last thing he says to Rachel is like, "Everything's gonna be okay," and then he never jail and finds out the man's married and he has a 2-year-old, and I guess the wife is living in London and sending the money back, or maybe they're separated. Who knows? But the cops are like, "Oh, did you know he was married? I bet you didn't."
Yeah, and
They're
she's like,
mean about that.
and she's like, I'm literally in prison for murder. I don't care.
Yeah.
So that's the book.
Good job, Jam.
Yeah. I guess now we have a break unless there's anything you guys want to bring up that I missed, because I did skip like a bunch of details. I know you said you had notes on stuff, Victoria.
Oh
like
yeah,
the
do you want me to go
necklace.
through my notes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, so Peter, I have a question for you as someone from the UK. This was my
Okay,
first note.
standing by.
So when Rachel is talking about leaving her job, they talk about like a notifying period,
Mhm.
and how they're like, oh, like what is yours? And she said it's 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then when she does end up leaving, there's like a bit of a back and forth between her and the boss. Is that normal? Because Rachel basically had to be like, oh, I'll see you in court to get out of it.
Yeah. Not particularly. I think you just kind of give your notice and that's it. And I think depending on what the job is, and I also think depending on how long you've worked there,
Yeah.
depends on how long your notice can be. But the whole like, oh, it's going to be 4 weeks. Oh no, I've got 2 weeks of holiday time saved.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's for a start off, that's a bit long for notice at any job. Like it wouldn't be about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And for a second, you wouldn't be able to use holiday time in that fashion. I think most contracts nowadays are like, your holiday time is your holiday time. You can't use that to get the fuck out of here early, because what's to stop someone from working for like 5 years and then just taking the next decade off? So, further proof that Ruth Ware has never had a proper job in her life.
Yeah, because, like, at least here, like, the standard is 2 weeks, but that's just, like, a courtesy thing. You don't actually have to do it. You can just be like, all right, peace, I'm out. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't care about your reference and, like, burning that bridge. You can just be gone the same day.
Exactly. I think it is very much like a courtesy thing. And,
Okay.
again, like, the longer you worked there, the kind of more courtesy it is to put in, how difficult it is to replace you. But
Yeah.
4 weeks is a long time.
Especially for, like, a
notice.
daycare teacher.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they work hard, and I understand that, and not everyone can do it, but it's not the same as, like, a space engineer, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The only possible thought around that, and that's not even possibly the case, the only thought I had is it's kind of set in June, which is another thing we'll get to. And the only thought I had is, oh, maybe it's school holiday time, but schools don't break up until August in England.
Oh.
So it's not even like, oh, we have this influx of kids because of holiday time, we can't afford to lose you, zippity-doo.
Yeah.
That whole thing was bollocks.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I read that and I was very confused. All right. And then my next one was when she did say, like, I want to be part of this family. And I was like, what a weirdly creepy thing to say about someone you've known for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then, like, once you find out that that's her dad, you're like, oh, it makes sense why she wants to be in the family. I get it now. But at the time, I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I thought like, oh, nannying must be a really like that's her dream job, and she just really wants to be posh and live like the fake posh life. Where it's like, yeah, I'm the nanny for these rich people. It's like, okay,
Yeah, he wants to be
that's-
bougie.
That's not me, but okay.
I was
Some people
getting-
might like that.
I was getting weird vibes from her from the beginning. And then 42 pages in, she takes off the necklace immediately. And I thought I thought this book, she was going to be, like, slowly, like, losing her mind and, like, becoming more part of the family and, like, kind of, like, brainwashed. And so I thought this was going to be, like, oh, this is, like, the first part of her, like, starting to lose herself. Because she was talking about how, like, it's a very reassuring thing to play with the necklace. And, like, she's had it since she was 1. And then she just immediately took it off. And I was like, that's a little weird. So that's what I thought the book was going at this point. And then during the interview, Sandra says to Rowan, "Oh, so you have no ties to London then?" And I was like, okay, Sandra's gonna kill her. I was like, why else is she making sure that she has no ties to London and that she can just immediately dip and come here to the middle of nowhere? But then that's not what happens either. And then, oh yeah, that was for the interview that she took it off. And then when she does get the job, she takes it off again once she gets to the house. My note on page 93 was, LOL, what the fuck, Bill? Way to be a stereotype. Is he killing the dandies that reject him? Was Sandra watching on the cameras? Is this a test?
It's true, because the whole thing happens in the dining room where there's cameras.
Yeah.
And we learn, like, he's sleeping with these nannies in his office where there are no cameras. It's like, Sandra, you can look at this and see what kind of man your husband is.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I was like, oh, like, maybe she, like, went to check on the kids, and she's like, ooh, what's the nanny talking about with my husband? And then, like, so I was like, maybe she saw. But then, no, she didn't see that. I don't know what page 123, what happened there. But I was like, clearly it was the ghosts, duh. I don't know what happened. It was the ghosts. It was the ghosts, obviously. Oh, and then page 136 is like, is this just carbon monoxide poisoning? It's been less than a day, and she's either losing her marbles or the ghosts are messing with her. Also, I hope Jack is a good guy.
I hope that too. Right up to the end.
Yeah. And then, this is where she lost her necklace. And then farther in, I'm like, she has the perfect opportunity to ask Sandra if there is a camera in her room. Because at the time, she wasn't sure if that was a camera or if it was something else. She's covered up just in case. I was like, this is the perfect... And she had also been questioning if they record and how long it, like, holds that recording, if it does record. And so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to ask Sandra if there is one in her room and if it records. Because she can say that she just wants to see if she lost her necklace. Because she'd be like, oh, I had a necklace and I put it down and it's not there. I want to see if I dropped it or, like, if I put it somewhere else. But she did use her brain. And then she also would have seen that Maddie stole it. So...
yeah.
And we also have to ask the reality of these cameras. How fucking bullshit are they? Like, you go to the expense of getting your whole house kitted out, and you don't spend the extra £45 on night vision?
Yeah.
You're right.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Like, I have a camera for Lola. It's, like, on her feeder. And I can... that has night vision. And that's just, like, a shitty little cat camera.
Like, my camera, it's just like, it's a pet camera, but you can use it as a security camera. It's like $30, 30 Canadian dollars. It has night vision.
And this isn't even like like 15 years ago. It's like 2019 this story was written and came out in. So and again, they spent probably close to $1 million renovating and updating this house, installing the equipment, developing the app. And you don't spend the extra couple of quid for night vision cameras.
And it takes place in 2017.
2017, okay. Well, again, not even a million years ago. Cameras were not expensive in 2017.
No. Especially if you're already doing all that. Why would you not go through the extra effort? But whatever. And then... Oh, I was like, girl, it's been 2 days. Why are you already trying to sleep with a nice Scottish man?
Yeah.
And then, like, 100 pages later, I was like, ... I don't know if he is a nice Scottish man or if this is a red herring.
Did you ever think that it maybe was Jack?
I know, because I thought it was too obvious.
I thought it was going to be Jean at one point.
That would have been good.
Really?
Yeah.
You think she'd abandon her sick mom just to play some pranks on this bitch-ass nanny?
What if the sick mom is a lie? We don't know.
Oh, that's true.
Like the mum's already dead.
Oh, fuck.
And Jean
and
is
that's
trying
the
to bring her
ghost.
back. Yeah. Like Gina's
It's
going to
actually
sacrifice
Jean's
one of her
mom the
children to
whole
bring back her
time.
mum.
And then I'm getting closer to the end of the book. Page 302. I was like, don't go into the attic in the middle of the night. The fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck
Oh
is
my
wrong with
God.
you? And then I wrote, time for a stream break. And this is when I hopped in Peter's stream for a little bit. Because I was like,
Yeah.
there's going to be something spooky up there and I don't want to know what's in the attic. So I'm just not going to go.
And so Victoria came onto my stream last night. We were playing Resident Evil 4, and I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine. Get through it." And Victoria was like, "You're lying. You didn't." I said, "Would I lie to you?" And Victoria said, "Yes, you would lie to me if you thought it was funny." And I was like, "Listen, hurtful."
True, but hurtful.
I was also on your stream last night, but I think I missed that part. I was just stalking, like I usually do. I saw you were playing Resident Evil. Hold on, but I just had I wasn't looking at chat. I was also playing Palio. Oh.
That's fair. So yeah, that was a whole thing.
So, yeah. And then I was like, oh, when she finds her necklace, I was like, oh, of course it's her fucking necklace. And then page 312, I just wrote, what the fuck, in all caps.
What
And
happened on
then-
312?
I don't know what happened.
It's probably one of his stupid reveals.
Probably.
Probably.
Hang on, now I need to know.
I feel like of all the stupid things that happened in the book, like in as much as Rowan confronting Jean, like, why don't you like me? Like, she's already petrified out her mind. She's not slept, and she's like, right, I'm going into the attic. No, you fucking wouldn't. You'd curl up in a ball in the downstairs media room, you'd piss yourself, and then you'd be taken away in a padded jacket. That's what would happen. She's not going into the attic. Fuck you for saying that.
So 312 was when we find out that Bill is her dad.
Right.
So I was like, what the fuck? And then 2 pages later, I was like, of course it's from her fucking dad. Of fucking course. That's why she took it off, so he wouldn't see. And that was talking about the necklace. Because that's when we find out that that's when the dad gave her the necklace. And then my very last note is page 327. It just says Jack, ... No.
How many O's did you put on no?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's pretty
Actually,
distressed.
when we got the Jack reveal, my note was cheaters everywhere.
Can't anyone be honest in Scotland? This is giving us a bad name, people.
That's the last note I took.
I realized I forgot to explain the whole Ellie note was explaining that Maddie, aside from also trying to poison Rowan, the cell phone her, and she was playing a YouTube video of steps. Which I don't understand how Rowan didn't realize that it was a video and not actually like footsteps pounding on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most
And then
amazing...
I guess she was using the phone to trigger the happy app doorbell and the lights and stuff. So yeah.
The most amazing part about that is there was all the noises of all the creaking, and there wasn't an ad that popped up.
No, they have YouTube Premium.
Creak.
2017,
Nothing beats a
where they run
Jet 2
ads
holiday. And right now you can save £50 off. That's £200 per person for a family of 4. Creak. Come on now.
Well, maybe it was the ads that were waking Rowan up, and then they would finish the time.
Maybe they were like, oh shit, turn it down. Nothing beats a Jet 2. Creak.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a break here and then come back
Yeah.
for our questions?
Let's take a break, and then we'll come back and I'll share some Scottish thoughts.
Okay.
Okay. It's okay. I don't care if cat sees me eat. Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Okay, now I'm not.
Are we all here?
Okay.
Can you hear
Yeah.
us, Joe? I hope Joe can hear us.
I hope so too. What if we were all
If,
muted this whole time and we didn't know?
if not, it's going to be another. If not, this will definitely be the longest book club we've ever done.
Write it back. Write it back. Gotta start over.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right.
Now do the exact same thing all over again, the same way you did it before. I don't know if that Jet 2 holiday joke will be as funny the second time around, but we can try.
We'll find out. All right, Peter, you're gonna let us know your Scottish thoughts?
I have Scottish thoughts about this thing. For a start off, I don't even know where to start. It's kind of implied that she got on the train in London and got off at this place. Unless she was taking the Caledonian Express, which doesn't run during the day, she's speaking shit. She would have
No,
had to
we're
have...
already off to a bad start.
We're already off to a bad start. She would have had to have gone into Glasgow Central, then gone out to Queen Street to have gotten a train out to this place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already bullshit. Location, location, location. It's Google Maps, lady. It's easy to do.
Well, I think she does mention that there was 2 trains she got, and one of them
Yeah.
had been late, and she was worried
Yeah.
about missing the other one.
Yeah, which actually was the most accurate part of the whole book. Like, if you're getting on a train in Scotland, it's going to be late. That's the bit, and I was like, okay, this is the realism. So, secondly, this house that is described as being like a traditional Scottish house, Scottish cottage, we don't really have buildings like that anymore. The vast majority of them were destroyed during the Highland clearances, like all these cottages and crofts were destroyed during the Highland clearances. The only kind of house that like that survives is kind of big estate houses, like where the clan leader would have lived. So, and especially the idea of taking one of these cottages and then kind of halving it and adding on a modern extension. That would that be allowed to happen? That's a matter for the National Trust to say. I don't think it would. So the house would have just been too protected, unless it was
Yeah.
like really fucking, unless it was basically twigs and stone on the ground. And even then, you would have needed years upon years upon years of planning permission to rebuild, even if you're doing it the exact way you would. And because of the way the National Trust works in Scotland, you would have had to have built it to the exact specifications of the original build. So adding on this fancy extension is another bit of bullshit.
Yikes.
Oh, I have a question. Sorry.
Okay.
What's the Highland clearance?
Oh, well, the Highland clearances were it's actually a very kind of dark time and bad time in Scottish history, because the way it used to work is the people would live on the lands with their families, they'd live in little groups, and they'd look after the animals, they'd grow the crops, they'd do all manner of things, and they'd pay kind of rent, they'd take vegetables or bread or whatnot to the clan leader, who was like in charge of the group. And the way I remember history, I don't know if this is entirely accurate, we'll put citation needed here. At some point, the English got involved and started whispering in the ears of the clan leaders, you know, animals are easier to run than people, and they make more money. So the clan leaders said, we'll have a bit of that, and they literally kicked the people out of their homes, they burnt down the cottages, they destroyed the communities, they said, get fucked, and kicked the people off the lands. Those who wouldn't leave the land were burnt alive in their houses, to the point where there are small towns, in this part of Scotland especially, that were built by the government at the time, if you will. It's a complicated story, we were being ran by England, but the government at that point were like, we need to build houses for the people from the Highland clearances. So a lot of the communities, most of the communities were destroyed for the Highland clearances. It's still something that is kind of it's a dark chapter in Scottish history. So the point is that this house that they magically tore apart and added futuristic upgrades wouldn't really exist in the manner it's described in the book. So that's a bullshit. Next, at one point, Jean Mackenzie, which again is, it's like maple milk breakfast syrup, just real stereotypical Scottish names. I was staggered by how bad some of them were. At one point, Jean refers to the bairns, and in that part of the world, they wouldn't be the bairns; they'd be the Waynes, Wean. Like, oh, the Waynes are giving me grief this morning. They wouldn't be the bairns. It's like this woman has what's her name again? The lady who wrote it, something Ware.
Ruth.
Ruth Ware has never spoken to a Scottish person. She's seen Mrs. Doubtfire, and that's where her knowledge of Scottish people have come from.
Damn.
And you just also have to remember is that these houses, think of the middle of nowhere, and then go 50 miles to the left. That's how nowhere these houses are. So the fact that Jack takes her for a little drive into the village, and there's a lovely little coffee shop, and it's picturesque, that's not a Scottish village. It doesn't work like that. That's a sitcom Scottish village. Because for 9-10 months of the year, Scotland is not particularly friendly, especially in the middle of nowhere. So that coffee shop would have been shut down before it even opened. There's no business for a coffee shop like that. And also, this one's going to be really super specific, and I'm so sorry. The internet needed to run the app in the Highlands of Scotland does not exist. Even in 2025, that internet doesn't exist with Starlink and all the other internet accessories. That doesn't exist. So it's very nice to say, oh, happy the app runs the house. We can do blah, 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 blah. No, you can go bleh, and then maybe 45 seconds later you'll get, sorry, reconnect. That's about as good as you're going to get. Other than that, no thoughts.
The futuristic house part, I kind of assumed wouldn't be happening, especially since, like, my broke ass is always looking to, like, move somewhere else. And I'm like, well, this house, but you have to, like, maintain, the historic look of it.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, how did these get this lovely historic house and then gut half of it and turn it into this modern
shit
the rest
show?
I was like, what the fuck? I
And
didn't
also
know that.
As a PS, another really specific thing. So, again, I was going to say spoilers, but we literally just spoiled it. Ellie pushes Maddie out the window. These are not big houses. This is not like story upon story upon story upon story. This is like you're scraping your head on the ceiling in these houses. That's how small they were. So even if Ellie pushed Maddie out the window, the most she's going to get is a fractured elbow. That's your lot. There's no way it's a splat dead on the ground.
Ruth, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you are.
You're
And
in
Friday the
danger,
12th,
girl.
I'm coming to see you, Ruth. You have answers.
So the town that I think this takes place in, you know how on Google Maps you can put the little yellow person in there? I did that. There's 2 coffee shops across the street from each other.
Peter. Someone's lying.
And Peter's muted, so I think he's lying.
I was muted, yes. What? I need to Google this. I wish to perceive.
Okay.
I'm not calling you a liar, but...
Don't call me a liar. Call Google a liar.
Oh, I will.
There's like a whole cute little ass hotel and an art studio.
Oh my gosh.
If you look up
Maybe Highland business is
Hotel?
booming.
CAIRN Hotel, that's like the area I'm looking at.
Oh.
And I'm only spelling it for you because I have a feeling I don't say it right. There's an old
Carbridge.
bakery. Because the town that...
one that comes up in Edinburgh.
No, this is out in the Highlands. Because I googled the town name, Because it's like Carn Bridge or something. And there is a bridge, but then Car Bridge came up, and I'm like, I bet you it's this place, and she just slightly changed the name.
I'm looking at this town, and this is basically a tourist trap. If you want shortbread and men with kilts on postcards, you go to places like this. Oh, there's an art studio. Look at that. Carbridge Art
They're
Studio.
award-winning.
So I have a feeling this is what she based it on.
Entirely possible. Carbridge
That is
Kitchen,
disappointing,
cafe
though.
and takeaway.
Because, like, if I'm gonna be an author, I'm gonna write about, like, a different country or a specific area, like, I would at least travel
Yeah.
place and talk to the people. I wouldn't just, like, Google a bunch of shit, write about it, and hope to... I hope
no
that
Scottish
people from
read
that area don't read.
There is... Let me see. There is also a bit... We're looking at this on Google Maps, admittedly in 2023, but in June 2023, summer season. So everything's open for summer season.
Well, I wonder what it was like in, like, 2017, the pre-COVID.
Oh, that's
Like,
true.
I don't know how much of a lockdown y'all had.
Yeah. Our lockdown was pretty severe.
Ah.
Because unlike the English, we know how to listen to rules. I said what I said. Come at me, Boris. But also little towns like this would be kind of stopping, like there's a petrol station here, so that would be like a place to stop off on the way to Inverness or Fort William or the Highlands.
I'm trying to see if there's a school nearby. I don't know.
Most of these wee places do have little schools.
Oh. Gotta let one of the cats in. One sec. On it. Anyhow.
So, yeah.
Time for our questions.
I will dial back some of my rage, because it's me dialing it back with a big crank.
Okay. He takes it back,
But yeah,
guys.
I don't take it all back.
Just
little
the coffee
places like
shop.
this are just the coffee shop bit. Okay, I'm willing to concede on that point, but again, places like this would have been, like stopovers on the way to Inverness, Fort William.
But I think that also makes sense with Bill and Sandra coming from London. Like, they are going to end up in that more touristy area.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, a more realistic small cottage or a Scottish town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would go to, like, a bigger place.
Yeah, they're going to want to live in, like, the bill. In fact, in this here, in 2014, there's a bunch of new build houses. Mm-hmm. So that's the kind of thing they would have moved into.
Alright. Are you ready for, where am I? Are we ready for our questions?
Oh yeah, I'm very ready.
Alright. Number 1. How much did you know about this book before picking it up?
0.
Also 0. I was Googling, like, mystery books to read, and Ruth Ware was highly recommended. Mm-hmm. And this, along with another book, like, oh my god, this is amazing. If you a mystery book, you gotta pick this shit up. And so I was like, okay, I'll read it. And now I have. And I think I've been lied to once again. And this time it didn't come from TikTok. So really, I trust book recommendations if the internet and TikTok is lying. So fun.
Okay, we just need you to walk into a bookstore and just, like, blindly pick a book next time.
That's what we need to do for
That's pretty much what I'm gonna do next time. I'm gonna go into, like, a section and, like, a mystery section or whatever section I want to read. I'm just gonna blindly pick a book, and if it's terrible, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm looking for quality and I'm not finding it.
All right. If Jam's next book is bad, we just take her out of rotation. She's not allowed to pick anymore. I feel like we all get 3 chances, and once those 3 chances are up, we're out.
Oh God, that means that means I'm out as well.
Well, I'm already on like one more chance though, because the first book I picked, not the very first one, but the other one, I had to like tell you guys not to read it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was.
That's true.
I forgot about. You know, I don't count that one because you stopped us before we started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I got 2 more chances left, guys. Wish me luck.
Whereas I am literally on my last chance. I picked Hitchhikers and The Martian, and you didn't like a single word of any of those books.
Well, stop picking sci-fi.
For year 2, I'm literally like, Joe is in chat. Joe is going to be taking my chair for year. Another bad book.
We're gonna swap between Joe and Megan. Or you know what? We'll have Joe replace you, and then until Addie comes back, we'll have Megan take Addie's
That's a good
spot.
idea. Honestly, I'd prefer to watch that than me.
Damn, we're getting fired, Peter. We gotta fight back. We need to unionize.
You know what, Jam? We'll start our own book club.
Oh no! Oh, you know what? Go right ahead. I would love to see you guys put in the work.
We'll call it the Bee and Bales book blub. See, Lola agrees. Lola wants to be in our book club.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the #1 book club on Spotify.
Yeah.
With 0 advertising. It's just gonna happen. We're gonna manifest it.
I believe in you.
Because we may not put in the work, we may not even write like a plan or a guide of action, but we have the vibes to send
Hey,
out.
I write my summaries every damn time.
You do.
You do. I keep mine in my head.
Same.
Had you heard of this book before, Victoria? Had Jam mentioned it at all?
Nope.
This was a surprise to everybody, huh?
I'd never heard of this book in my life.
I never heard of the author or the
Nope.
book. I picked it the day before book club or the day before. So, my bad.
It's okay. I think I picked mine about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I was going between 3 different ones, and I think I finally decided which one I want.
I'm very excited to find out what one it is.
I don't know if it's any good.
I love how we've given up all pretense of even pretending to play to the wheel.
It's so hard with
Well,
3
it's
of
just
us.
the 3 of us.
Yeah. It makes it harder.
Yeah.
All right. How
So we
did the
need
book...
more members.
This one's for Peter. How did the book make you feel? Did it make you laugh, cry, or cringe?
It'd be easier to say how the book didn't make me feel, and that was enjoyed, satisfaction, pleasure. I think I felt more disappointed than anything else. Like, if it had, I feel like if at a point when she thought Jack was doing it all, it would have then pivoted solidly to Beaver Ghosts, then I would have been 100% on board. Or if she'd pivoted to Jack and or Jean and or Sandra, like if it had been somebody doing it, not a child, but if it had been like an adult doing it, that I could have gotten on board with. But it was a kid. Lol. Sorry, you're in prison. Just isn't the one. That did not do it for me. I was disappointed, I guess. How did you feel, Jam?
I would also say disappointed. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot of the twists for the most part because I was so much hoping that we would get like an unreliable narrator type ending where it turns like it was Rachel the whole time doing all these things, and for whatever reason, maybe she forgot. Like, yeah, maybe it was carbon monoxide thing, something like that. I would have found more interesting. Yeah. And then, like, the letter at the end, and it's like, Ellie, I did it by mistake. Maddie was trying to kill you, scare you away, and you are a child, and he's a terrible person, spreading his seed all over the place.
But it's never really revealed if Ellie, well, Petra wouldn't care at this point, but if Ellie was told, like, Rachel is your sister?
Yeah, we don't know. Like, as far as we get, like, the only explanation we get is that Bill and Sandra are getting divorced. Sandra's taking kids to London, I guess. and that's about it. I don't know if maybe Ree would have told Sandra like, hey, this stuff that was happening with all the other like nannies, because even Jean hadn't told Sandra. Maybe Sandra knew all the time. Wasn't She's like, nah, Bill's loyal to me. He always comes back or some shit. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe that's why she was so hell-bent on traveling with him. Instead of
True.
finding a replacement. Or, like,
But
someone to
she
go with
did let him go. He does go to like Dubai on his own at some point.
Yeah.
in the trip.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is,
I think Sandra doesn't
I'm-
know. I think she's an idiot.
I think Sandra's living in denial. She like with
Yeah.
all the cameras and all the things. Which is another point I wanted to make about the cameras is, at one point Rachel says, "Oh, how much have they been watching? Did Sandra nearly see me smack the shit out of the kid?" But nothing's ever done about that. There is no like, so saw the camera, saw you were hanging out with Maddie this morning. Nothing's ever said about that. Like, how much does Sandra watch these cameras? How much does anybody watch these cameras?
Yeah, they make it seem like the cameras are just there and they never actually look at them or check it.
Yeah,
Which is like stupid. Why do you have them?
exactly. How did it make you feel?
I think I feel the same way. Just, like... Some of the twists I don't think were super necessary. Especially the twist of it being Ellie at the end. Because it made me think about
Yeah.
when we had Megan on, and she was saying that, like, when she writes like, when she has... Because Dreamers Do Lie, like, that has a huge twist to it.
Yeah.
And she's like, in order for the twist to work, you need to lay breadcrumbs for people to then go back and be like, oh my god, she was telling us this the whole time. And that's what happened
Yeah.
with me when I reread it. I was like, oh my god, Megan was telling us this the whole time. She told us it was right there, the whole story.
Yeah.
Even, like, going back to my notes, and when we did There Are 3 Women and 4 Men, it was the same thing. You go back through your notes and you're like, oh shit, he was, like, laying the groundwork for it. So it does make sense. I feel like there was no groundwork for it to be Maddie and Ellie, other than they kept
Yeah.
disappearing. Like, that was the only hint. So I feel like because of that, like, the twist of it being Allie and Maddie the whole time, like, there's just no satisfaction, because you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
In fact, it is. Sorry.
No, go for it.
At a certain point, I felt it was kind of implying that Maddie was being possessed
Yeah,
by the ghosts.
I could see that.
Like when Maddie runs up when Rachel's leaving and is like, "They don't want you to go." Like that's almost like, oh, she was possessed. It was the ghosts because Maddie never hugs anybody. Like that's where I felt
Yeah.
that was going. But in retrospect, now we know it. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's just... I don't think she did a very good job of, like, laying groundwork for twists.
Yeah.
And it just... everything just came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, the one with
Especially
the...
like. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, the one with the dad, like, that one, like... I kind of, like... When I went back to the notes, like, I kind of saw it coming. Because she does, like, stop herself from saying it every time in the letter. But there's not... But that's it. Like, that's the only time is, like, oh... I can't sleep with him, but I'm not going to say why yet. Like, that's the only, like, hint you get that, like, oh, maybe that's her dad. Like, there's no, like, actual, like, backstory to it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like even just Ellie lashing out at Maddie and pushing her through a window. Like throughout the entire story, she has so much trouble even standing up to Maddie and is always doing
Yeah.
what she says, right? Like
Yeah.
she loves Frozen, but we're not gonna watch it because Maddie says we like things
Yeah.
like that. Even telling Rowan like these random creepy things, it's because Maddie told her to, or putting like the China head doll on her.
Yeah.
At some point she's like she said she doesn't do it, but then she admits she did do it, and it was because Maddie told her to. So like why would she suddenly push Maddie out the window?
Yeah, because it doesn't even show Ellie getting to that breaking point. Because, like, if they had have been like, oh, like, this whole time Maddie and Ellie are, like, together, but Maddie's kind of, like, bullying Ellie into it, and then we see Ellie snap and then push his Maddie out the window, like, that would make more sense. But the whole time they're thick as thieves. So there is just, like, no hint that there is any, like, tension between them. And that Ellie actually doesn't want to scare Rowan away. Other than
Like
dumping the wine. That was it.
Yeah. Like even a paragraph like Ellie looked back at me almost as if to say do something, but then Maddie said tilted her head and off Ellie. There was nothing like that. Like, no hints that Ellie was in any kind of distress, following Maddie's orders, commands, whatever you wish to call them. Which do you think was this? I'm going to say the stupider twist: the one about the dad, or the one about Rowan being Rachel?
Oh. Maybe the one about Rowan being Rachel, just because of how much effort she put into that lie, which was essentially stealing her flatmate's resume qualifications and then not handing in her drive to Sandra for her to like verify anything. Just because I feel like in 2017, you do those background checks. Yeah. Didn't she have to do like some kind of background check? And then she was talking about even filing like pay, having to do that herself, and like having a different name, and the banks don't actually blah blah blah. It's like there was just too many.
It was too convenient.
There's just yeah.
And there's a system up here called PVG, which is basically your records are gone through. I've been PVG'd more than once for my job, because when I was on the radio, it was in the grounds of the school. So I've been PVG'd, and it means you can work with children, you can work with less able people, that kind of thing. I've been PVG'd, and they are thorough. So you can't just be like, oh, don't have my driver's license. Like, that is automatic. Well, fuck off then. Bye.
Like that just some ID.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, that just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. You'd have if you were like, oh, I don't have my ID, I'm getting, and you'd be like, okay, well, 30 days max.
Yeah.
If that. 9 times out of 10, you'd be told, come back when you've got it.
Yeah, like the closest thing to ID she uses is like a copy of Rowan's passport that was just conveniently left out. Like it's
which is odd, because why wouldn't Rowan have her passport? How long had Rachel been planning this?
Yeah, unless like she had the copy out because she was planning her vacations.
Yeah,
and like that's the only thing I can think of. But it's just so weird. Like it's just.
And it doesn't even matter that Rowan Rachel lived in London. Like, it's a Scottish job, so it applies to Scottish laws, and the Scottish laws are you get fucking PVG'd or hit the fucking bricks.
Does that count for, like, private jobs, though?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any job that involves children, disabled, less able people, what have you, vulnerable people, you will be, even if it's private.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was only, like, if you're doing it through, like, an actual daycare or something. Yeah. Or, like, a school.
Well, I'm 99.9% sure. We'll put a little 1% citation. I'm 99.9% sure.
I'm just gonna put, like, a neat citation on this stream the whole time. Just everything we say may or may not be right.
Yeah. It's not like two coffee shops opposite each other, but I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, do you have any favorite quotes or passages you would like to share?
Ooh, I did have one.
I did have one. I haven't deleted it, have I?
Oh, I don't know what page it was on, because I had a digital copy and all the pages are messed up. But I believe it was after Maddie had told on Rachel for taking them to the poison garden, and she was pretending what you're talking. And so Rachel says, like, I gave her my sweetest smile and shot her a look that said, "Don't fuck with me, dear." Like, really, Rachel? Why are you around children?
Yeah. I did have it, and I screenshotted it, and I had it perfect, but I've since cleaned my phone since then and deleted a lot of photos, and it was a fucking good one as well. I am so sad. So, TBD, come back to me, please.
Okay. I have, because it was the lies that got me here in the first place, and I have to believe that it's the truth that will get me out. Nah, bitch, you're just crazy. Stay in jail. You tried to slap a child.
Like, even if you shouldn't be in jail for murder, you should be in jail for a child.
Like, she literally went from almost slapping Maddie to staying in prison for Ellie. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. In a span of, like, 2 days.
And another thing I just thought of there is that at this point, Rachel Rowan knows their family, knows their sisters, and she still went to slap her sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. After saying like, "Oh, I wouldn't kill them, I guess," but she'd slap the shit out of them. Okay.
Okay. Did you have any favorite scenes from the book?
I liked the letter from Ellie. That was honestly
Yeah.
my favorite because I was like, "Damn, that's so funny." Just the way Ellie's like, "Can't you just tell them you didn't do it? It's a secret, and you know who did it, but you can't tell." I was like, "Ellie, what a child."
Yeah. I think I'm gonna steal that from you as my favorite part too, because it's just so ridiculous. Even the first letter that Ellie wrote, I thought it was funny because like it's very obvious she was using text to speech, or speech to text. And
Yeah, it was
Rachel
like,
was
"Dave
so
Owen."
fucking confused, and I'm like, literally, like it took me 2 seconds to realize how Ellie did it. I'm like, it's not rocket science, but Rachel was just so
Yeah.
fucking stupid. She didn't get it, and Ellie had to like walk her through it.
I also kind of feel like the two letters that, or two speech to text messages that Ellie sent, I feel like the author, again, whose name escapes me, something Ware, Ruth, I feel like Ruth was trying to be like, look, this same incident, like Dear Owen or something.
Dave Owen.
Dave Owen. Like, look, she says it here and she says it here. That means they're the same, which is definitely from Ellie. Fuck you, lady. I was furious about that. I really liked what did I really like? There was something I did quite like, but I can't remember what it was.
Damn, what do you
Which
mean?
is not good. This is not very good.
That's okay. They'll come back to you
Come
eventually.
back to me, please. I'm still sick, I should point out. I am very unwell. I am sick, but I'm not making a fuss about it. I'm being brave.
So brave.
I'm being very strong. I'm not even talking about it at all.
All right, which character did you connect the most with? Wow, connect with the most, and why?
I feel like Ellie connected with Maddie, and then Maddie connected with the ground.
I feel like I connected with Jean the most.
I'm sorry.
Only because of how like the way she was like talking to like Rachel Rowan, and the whole like, obviously she was not a fan of her at the beginning because kids, and why are you confronting me about not liking? Like, chill out, bitch.
Yeah.
But like very surface level. I don't think I could actually like deeply connect with any of the characters.
No, it's
Especially,
hard when like half of them are kids. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. You know, I connected with Petra. I'm just there for the
I was
vibes.
about to say. I was literally about to say,
asleep
like,
most of the time.
Yeah, I just
I go
want
for a
to.
nap,
Yeah.
have some snacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I just want my snacks and my nap, and that's it. So
This bitch carries me around.
yeah, I play with the dogs. I demand to be picked up. I've
Really jump out
decided.
my high chair.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
Petra.
Yeah.
Called it.
Petra had the best life.
She did.
And the great part is she's not gonna have any of these memories.
Yeah.
Right? She's
Yeah.
like-
If there's ever a sequel, you know it's going to be Petra hunting down Rachel.
That would be sick. That'd be. It's just Petra. It starts off with a letter, but we don't know who's writing it, and it's just someone hunting down Rachel, and then it's signed by Petra.
Yeah.
All right,
But
we.
Rachel-
I haven't
in
seen this
jail.
bitch in 24 years.
Yeah.
She ruined my family when she
Yeah.
threw my sister out the window.
Ellie's like in a psych ward because she's
Yeah.
just a
She
little
knows
loopy.
what she did.
Rhea
Yeah.
is like super into drugs because she was already on that path. Seeing
Yeah,
her
if she's
sister's
even
dead
still
body,
alive.
like she's going for it. So I think
Yeah.
Petra comes for revenge. She's like, "You fucked up my family. I'm gonna fuck up you."
Yeah. Or, plot twist, like, Petra. Oh, well, no, that was only 2 years later. Okay, I was going to say it was Petra that was redoing the cell where they found the letters that Rachel had hidden, but
Yeah,
that would make
Petra's
that would make,
like 3.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
Well,
just very
what happens.
talented.
Yeah, she finds those letters in the end. We've already written a better book than no. I won't say that.
Next question.
Moving on.
How did the main characters change or grow throughout the story?
Well, Maddie changed. She
Maddie
went from being
died.
alive to being dead.
Ellie, I guess, had a lot of growth because she pushed her sister out a window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rachel got more and more paranoid.
Yeah. Just crazier and crazier as it went.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot can happen within like 5 days, maybe?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Jack didn't change. He went from being married to potentially still being married, but a cheater.
Yeah. I feel like Jack living in that cottage in 5 days isn't enough time to change his underwear because he's single, he's living alone, he's just putting them on every day. So that's Jack.
Sandra is just an idiot. She's just dumb as
Do you
fuck.
think-
Sandra.
Do you think Sandra did know? I can't help but think she did know. She must be living in some kind of denial.
I don't know how she couldn't know. She had to have known.
Especially with the house as wide as it was alleged to be.
But it sounds like Bill's the one who like handled all the tech stuff, and she just kind of like followed. Cause she even says
Yeah.
like she just dealt with like the like interior design aspect, and he's kind of
Yeah.
like the brains behind everything else.
I guess so.
Do we think that maybe Bill was controlling Sandra? Well, he was definitely like manipulating her and gaslighting her.
Oh
and shit.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's crazy. It says
And also,
how
he's
did,
kind of a sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna go on to the next question, but you can keep going.
I was going to say he's also kind of a shitbag because it's not the first time he's cheated.
Yeah, he's just sleeping with all of them. He doesn't even have standards. It's just whoever's in his house. Alright, it says, how do the secondary characters impact or influence the story? But I feel like just Gene and Jack are probably the only secondaries. Oh no, I guess and Sandra. And Bill?
And so, yeah, Sandra and Bill. I was very curious as to why for the casting you picked Gene over maybe Bill.
Oh, I just didn't want to have him casted. he made me mad. I
doesn't
thought about
deserve
it. I
it.
was like, you know what?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of
Screen
screen time in the book. We have Jean, who showed up at the end, who wrote this Rachel Rowan person a letter. I prayed for you, and I told her, great. Meanwhile, Bill's just sticking his dick into people.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
I also cannot fucking believe that Ellie wrote this text, speech to text of this letter, gave it to Jean, and Jean wasn't like, okay, I promise I won't read it. Fucking what does it say? Like, there's been you think you know that Rachel did it, but you also know Rachel was soft with the kids. She would have done it. So even if there's a suspicion, you read whatever the fuck it is.
But also,
I do not believe. Sorry.
When you send letters to prison, don't they get read by someone?
Yeah,
I
they have
thought
to be
so.
read and censored before.
So, like...
Someone's read that.
Yeah.
I mean, the prison guard at the end who's going through these files read it. Like, at least, like, I don't tossing this in the garbage.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's been read. People know. Nothing's being done about it.
Especially because, like, if you send a letter, like, if Victoria's in prison and I'm sending Victoria a letter, I can't send a letter like, okay, I'm going to drive through the wall at 2:15 on Friday the 17th of April. Fucking be ready. You know? That's why prisons read letters and shit. So somebody has, like, if Jean didn't read this letter, she's a fucking idiot. And if anybody else didn't read the letter, then they're fucking idiots as well.
Yeah. So I don't believe that no one read Ellie's letter. That's crazy. Someone would have read it. And also, like, when she was doing the letters, wouldn't it have saved to the iPad or whatever?
I would have,
like as a
don't they
draft?
have, Like our phones are sitting here listening to everything we say. If I talk about bananas, there's going to be a pop-up ad for bananas sooner or later. So somewhere in this, something is kept. So that speech-to-text message is in there somewhere, and the investigators would have searched for it, assumably. So, the fuck? The fuck?
So many plot holes.
Especially because it is specified as being an iPad, and Apple are not good at privacy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like,
mean,
if they just
it's
said
possible they like
Sorry.
read it and just thought it's just a child making up something.
See? No, I'm just kidding. That's for me going to sleep. But
No, but if they read it, then they have a responsibility to at least look into it. You can't just write it off as, oh, it was from a kid.
yeah, a kid made this up. Especially
True.
because, as Ruth said, and I pointed out, like, look, it's for Dave Owen. Dave Owen. She said it here. She said it there. It matches. It's definitely Ellie. Like, an investigator would have put that together. Well, you know, but a good investigator would have put that together.
Well, a good investigator and a good story would have done a good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Which character did you dislike or disagree with the most, and why?
Are we doing this alphabetically, or how long do I
You
have
should
for
go
this?
first, Peter.
Okay. B. Bill. Probably Bill is the one I dislike the most. I felt disappointed in Jack, but not surprised.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of, his relationship status is kind of ambiguous at the best, so he's just gonna do what he's gonna do because he's a prick. But Bill being the creep, which again I wasn't surprised by when, on like the first night she was there, he tried to fire on in. So, didn't like Bill. Didn't particularly like Rowan because everything seemed to stress. There was a point when she was like, "How am I going to look after 3 children, 2 dogs, a house?" And it's like that's not much. That's not that much, lady.
Especially when there's 2 other people that work there, and it's their job to take care of the house.
Yeah.
Like, all she has to do
And
is, like, general tidying up. But otherwise, like, she's not, like, scrubbing the toilets.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the kids.
And then the kids are at school most of the time.
Yeah.
Too, so. And she has the weekends to herself because they'll be with the parents, apparently. So, what's the problem?
Yeah, so Rowan being like, I'm too stressed for this, I can't handle this, and wanting to go and smoke. That was the thing that kept on coming up. Like, Rowan wanting to go and smoke as well.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, it didn't come up again. Like, it was, like, kept being mentioned, but for, like, no reason.
Yeah.
Even if it was like, oh, she stepped outside to have a smoke, and that's when she saw Maddie's body, you'd be like, oh, she finally caved into her vice, and look at what happened. Or, like, maybe she went for a smoke, and that's when Maddie got pushed. Like, if there had been a reason to keep bringing up the smoking, but it was just, like, there for the sake of being there.
Yeah.
I feel like Ruth added that as, like, a hint that Rowan isn't who she seems, but, like, she points it out herself throughout, like, her writing that, like, she's pretending to be this, like, amazing nanny, and she really isn't. She's, like, completely different. Like, she's not usually tidy. She's a very messy person. It's like, we know she's pretending. Like, you don't have to add, like, the smoking part. Like, I would really want to smoke, but I told them I don't smoke. Like, okay.
And, like, Peter,
what?
I forget what we were talking about, but Peter was like, oh, it's like Ruth has never had a real job. Because at any job at the beginning, you are being the best version of yourself you can possibly be. So that is just so normal to be like, oh, I'm not usually this super neat, super organized, whatever person, but I'm going to pretend to be because I just got this fucking job and I will make a good impression. Like, that's just not, it's not suspicious. That's, like, yeah. Like, it's not suspicious to me because that is just so human. And that just made her, like, it was just so normal.
Yeah. And especially because she's living in their house and there's cameras all over. We're led to believe there's cameras all over the shop and she's living in these strangers' houses. You would definitely wait until you were at least in your room to be like, fuck.
Yeah. And, like, you never know where kids are. You never know when they're going to hear you. So you're going to be on your best behavior around them because they repeat everything you say. So it just... Ugh.
In fact, she says that at one point because... what is it? She's saying to one of the... Ellie, I believe, is saying about the kid that died. And
Oh, yeah.
Rowan's like, Jesus! And then she says, well, I know that's going to be told to Sandra later on.
This book.
If I had to pick a character, I was gonna say Maddie, not because, like, I didn't like how she was written, I guess, where she was just like a very one-dimensional, angry child who is also trying to kill this woman. Like, I don't...
Just very casually.
Yeah.
As you do as an 8-year-old.
Almost like Stewie from Family Guy.
Because, like, as far as we know from the other nannies, based on Ellie's letter, Maddie's only just scared them away with, like, the cell phone and the footsteps and the creepy drawings and the ghosts don't like you. But suddenly she's going as far as trying to poison and kill Rowan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why did it escalate so severely?
Like, even if it had been something like, oh, we've literally just moved, the kids are still unsettled, they don't like Scotland, they don't like the house, they're still getting used to it, that would have been more of a plot twist. Like, well, that's why Maddie's unhappy, because we've just ripped her from where she was from. But they were fairly settled in, like, 2-3 years they've been in the house.
Yeah. And then, like, also just the hostility straight from the jump.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, even knowing that the other nannies had slept with Bill or kind of just took off, it didn't seem like the girls had a bad relationship with them anyways. So it's just like, why are you already so... Like, why are you so angry? Anyway, that's it for me.
Yeah. Did you have any characters you didn't like, Victoria? Yes, is the answer.
How'd you know?
What characters didn't you like? Yes.
I'm trying to think of who I liked the least. I don't know. Because, yeah, I feel like Jack is just, like, so generic that... Oh, the hot nanny hit on him, so he fucked her. Like, that's just like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, you're a bad person because you're married. But...
I even could have accepted... like, Jack had a thing for Holly, and Holly chose Bill instead of him, so that's why Jack was trying to get rid of a nan. Like, if it was Jack, like, that would have made more sense as well.
Yeah. This whole book is just a big... Right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a big stuff happened.
So, yeah, I don't know who I disagree or disliked the most. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe, like, because Rachel's, like, we just know so much more about her, so I feel like it's easy to say her. But I'm just going with Rachel. Whatever. For all the reasons we've already talked about.
Sounds good.
I agree.
Are there any characters you wish you could have given advice to, and what would you tell them?
Maddie, shut the fuck up and sit down. Or, Maddie, wear a parachute.
Honestly, Sandra, so many things I could have told her. Like, 1, do a thorough background check. 2, look at the cameras. Your husband's up to... Your husband's being weird. Maybe figure out what the fuck's wrong with him. And all of this could have stopped back when Holly was the nanny. Like, stop being so negligent and absent in your children's lives.
I
wonder if... sorry.
I would say my person would have been Rachel. I would have gone, like, at the very beginning of the book, as soon as she was like, I'm going to go to this interview, I'd be like, no, go to therapy instead.
Yeah.
And just don't even talk to him. He wants nothing to do with you. Just go find a therapist.
Yeah.
I wonder if Sandra being so into the work is and I know I keep on harping on about Sandra maybe being in denial, but I wonder if that was I wonder if the group was maybe trying to be like, that's how Sandra isn't super involved in the kid's life because she's so focused on the... And again, even like, oh, we've just moved from London, we're setting up in Scotland, we've been here a couple months, we're still getting the hang of it. No, this is clearly a successful business of some kind. And was it you, Jam, who said there's only 2 of them?
Yeah.
And just so many holes. So many holes.
Sorry, I just need to Google something real quick.
No problem.
Okay, so the town that I think this takes place in is 2.5 hours from Edinburgh. So, like, if you have this big successful business, why are you basing yourselves out of the middle of fucking nowhere? When you know you have 3 small kids. Is it 3 small ones? Yeah, 3 small kids and a teenager. Yeah. And you know that, like, you're going to be traveling a lot. You're going to be in and out. Even with, like, a live-in nanny, like, that's not a great life for your kids.
Yeah.
I had written, like, as I was reading, like, just one of my comments that I think Sandra's kind of, like, an almond mom. I don't know if that's...
Oh, yeah.
Just because, like, one of the comments she makes to Rowan's about, like, I'd rather my kids are outside playing rather than inside sitting around watching TV. So I think part of it is just because she wants the kids to be surrounded by nature and greenery. It does matter.
But the thing about Scotland is you can get that. Not that far from Edinburgh.
Like, yeah, you can get that in parts of Edinburgh.
Like, I'm just looking at the map, and there are, like, small towns, like, a half hour outside of it. Which is better
than... So I don't really know why they based their
especially
company
like,
there.
And especially in the winters. Like, I'm assuming the Highlands get kind of crazy in the winter.
Oh, very much.
You're going to get snowed in. So then
yeah,
what if...
get, like...
That just seems so irresponsible. Because, like, what if they're, like, out in Edinburgh and then all of a sudden it's a snowstorm?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you guys got little flakes while me and Jam were there and people were freaking out. And they're like, oh, the cities are going to shut down. No one's going to be able to get anywhere. The castles are closed. And it, like, barely snowed.
Yeah.
So I just...
Like the Highlands of Scotland does get ridiculously well a lot. Like, when it snows, it fucking snows. Like,
yeah.
I have very vivid memories of being a tiny little kid, and we had this van, not like a people van. And... Not like the van Rhiannon comes home in, like a building van, like it had windows and shit in it.
Like a minivan?
Yeah, exactly. But not like a...
It's like a soccer mom van.
Kind of like that. And I remember the snow being up to the windows of that, and we couldn't get into the van. So that tells you how high it gets. And the house we lived in was like, again, literally like this, stuck on the middle of a hill. In fact, to the point where mountain walkers would go past us, and my mum would be like, you should be more careful going up the mountains, and if they didn't listen, like, the helicopters would land on our lawn, like the mountain rescue would land on our lawn, our garden, if you will, to set up base to go and look for people lost in the Highlands. So it's wild out there.
Yeah, it definitely, like, I mean, like we said, she's English. It definitely just sounds like someone who's not actually from Scotland being like, it's gonna be so romantic, I'm gonna put it up there. And then when you start thinking about it, you're like,
yeah,
what?
And again, another Scottish detail, when she was like, oh, it's June, but it's dark already. No, fucking what? Fucking what? It's June, in the Highlands, it's bright until, like, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow!
Oh gosh, Ruth.
It's really fucking bright there. Like, it's not obviously not like blaring sun, but there's still light in the sky, especially that in the Highlands. She says at one point in the book, like, with it that close to the north, so it's bright in summer. So all this, it was so dark. It was fucking. I don't deny the weather changes really quickly. That does happen, which didn't seem to happen in the book. But anyway, Ruth.
Can't even defend her.
No.
Well, write a better story about my country, Ruth. I said what I said.
Also, for some context, Peter did grow up like up in the Highland area. Like he's not just talking out his ass for anyone who doesn't know. This is
like,
literally where he's from.
Yeah, I spent the first few years of my life in that part of the woods. I was born in one of the towns mentioned in this book, okay? So, I know of what I speak. More than Ruth does. Any hoozles. Next question. What was that question? I can't even remember.
Are there any characters you wish you could give advice to, and what would you tell them?
Oh, yeah.
Straight to Ruth.
Yeah.
Do some
Visit
research.
Scotland.
Yeah. And again, yeah, going back to the why live up there, like, why not live in Edinburgh? And even outside of Edinburgh, I can name like Falkirk, Stirling, Aberdeen, Dundee, Montrose. You've got towns, little towns all over Scotland where you could have lived and it could have been better for an architecture practice. And it's clearly not just... Well, at one point it's mentioned when they look in Bill's office and she sees the fucking MacBooks lined up and it's like, oh, this is clearly Bill's domain, but is Bill the only architect? Is she, because she says she does interiors?
I thought it was Bill and Sandra together. Like I thought they were
Yeah.
both architects, but Sandra
Yeah.
like maybe focuses on interior.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But only Bill seems to have the office?
That's a good point.
I guess
Because
so.
Sandra says that they both work from home, but we don't
Yeah.
hear anything about her office that I recall.
She doesn't... Her office is
doesn't
never
have one.
mentioned.
So then where does she work from home? Just in the living room?
Exactly.
In the media room?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they have a whole ass media room.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have an office? In this
In
house
the
that they...
bedroom typing away.
Oh my god,
This book.
Ed. Alright. What do you think happens to the characters after the novel ends?
Well, Maddie's buried somewhere. Bill goes on to fuck somebody else. I was curious to know what happened to their... It's like, it is a business between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still business partners? Like, what? Where? I don't... Bill is obviously go get remarried and start a whole new family. That's...
Yeah.
Jean's probably... I don't know. I'm sure she got a job in town and is still taking care of her mom. I don't know what's happened to Jack and his marriage.
I feel
Or
like
even
as-
where he's gonna work.
I feel like as more hands-on stuff, it's mentioned that they shut up the house and they're gonna sell it, so they probably would have stayed on until the house was sold, like just as
So who's
caretakers.
paying them?
Bill and or Sandra.
Oh, like I guess it's still their house, so they still have to
Yeah.
like pay them.
Yeah, it's still
till
their house
sold.
until it's sold.
He's probably taking care of like the poison garden or something. I guess.
Yeah.
No. Hopefully Ellie's in therapy. Sandra's doing better with her life and paying more attention to her kids. Rachel's in jail. Rowan, maybe the police informed her that her identity was briefly stolen by...
God, can you imagine being the actual Rowan and hearing all of this happening?
Yeah.
Like, that would be insane.
Especially if like the newspapers had printed it with her name, like
Yeah.
Rowan.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in Portugal. What do you
That's
mean?
exactly what I was gonna say. Like, it's meant, like, at a certain point Rachel mentions, well, the press now had the truth and they're writing about me, but when it all began, it would have been like Rowan McFuckface, whatever
yeah.
her name is, killed this
Yeah,
fucking
'cause-
kid.
I think it had taken like 2 days maybe for the police to find out it was actually like a day or two. So if they started the paper the day of or the day after Maddie's death, like, oh my god. Oh no.
I kind of like to think, though, that a good investigator did get Rachel off and was like, listen, just fucking live a good life. You're not going to look after children anymore. Just go, like, do something else.
What else would she do?
Bricklayer. She can lay bricks.
Maybe she takes her letter and she turns it into a novel. And actually, Ruth is Rachel, and this is her story.
See, you say that, but there's just too many details that are wrong. So this is.
No, she had to change it so we wouldn't figure this out. Obviously,
okay. Yeah,
obviously.
I'm going to Google for dead children in Scotland and see what comes up.
Oh God.
Can we point out how fucking grim it is? But like, I did think like it would be Rhiannon, which is like obviously not a child, but still legally a child, dead child. I don't know if it's as sad that you're killing a 14-year-old, but she killed a fucking 8-year-old kid in this book for zero reason.
She had a 5-year-old do it.
Yeah. And a 1-year-old just standing watching or something.
She was just vibing. She just wanted to watch Frozen.
She had her rice cakes and she ate them. It was a good time.
Yeah, her jammy Dodgers.
The fact that Ellie tried to cover it up the whole time. Like, thinking of the timeline, the sound Rachel would have heard while she's at Jack's was Maddie hitting the ground? Not.
Yeah.
If she was coming back from Jack's place, would she have not seen Maddie on the ground? I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, it's kind of mentioned that there are no other lights apart from the one at the door when the doorbell's ringing. Like when she goes down to check the doorbell, she's like, "There's a light immediately above." But again, you're spending all this fucking money on the house.
Yeah, put some goddamn
properly. Yeah. And I understand you're living in the Highlands, so maybe they'll go on at like 2:30, 3 in the morning. You've got a fox creeping across the yard or whatever. These things happen, but get proper floodlights for your courtyard. Not expensive. We'll start a GoFundMe to do it. Everyone chip in $30. We can get some relatively good floodlights for the courtyard. No more dead children. We have saved a life here today, friends. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
What happens to characters after the novel ends? But I think we covered that.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah, and there is also the sequel 24 years later when Petra comes to hunt down Rachel.
Yeah. I think that's really what happens.
Yeah.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
What was the most memorable or shocking scene or twist in the story?
For me, it was the fact that it was not ghosts at all.
Yeah.
Rowan being crazy.
Yeah.
I agree. I was so ready. I was so ready for like paranormal shit. So ready that I had to stop reading because I was like, oh my god, it's gonna get spooky.
Yeah.
And then it didn't.
I really do wish it had been ghosts. Like, if it was Dr. Grant, that would have been something. Like, I'm just, like, the kids are unhappy.
Even his dead daughter that died from, like, the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Or, you know what? Even just a random ghost I would have taken.
Yeah. I can
random unrelated ghost.
Yeah.
I can kind of say this with distance, okay? Because it's one of those stories I've been told. And you know when you're told stories about yourself as a kid, you're like, did that happen? Do I remember it? Like, you kind of think memories, but you don't know if they're real. I've been told, not recently by anybody, because, you know, nobody's here to tell me this story, but I was told when I was growing up that because we lived in the Highlands and there were burnt down crofts from the clearances all around us, I don't know if it's a memory or not, but I remember very clearly there being a little girl in amongst the ruins of one of the crofts, and it was burnt down during the Highland clearances. Her family were killed in it, but I don't know if I remember that or if it's just a fancy story.
Oh, like a past life, or if it was like a story. That's interesting.
So even that would have been. Yeah, like maybe I was the kid's brother. Maybe I was just playing with the kid as another kid, but. And again, obviously I can't say it happened because I was a kid, what do I know? I was small, what do I know? But even something like that, like it was the ghost of somebody killed who didn't like the house being renovated or something, that I would have accepted more than what we got.
That would have been good. Oh well.
You know what we should... Last night on my stream, me and Victoria and Joe were talking about what we should do for the 1-year anniversary. And we had the idea for Chat writes a story, and then we review the story that Chat wrote. What if we all pick a book that we didn't like over the past year, and we rewrite it to make it a better story?
When do we get sued for that?
No, it's fan fiction.
Yeah, it's fan fiction.
Oh, this is true.
And it's fair use.
Yeah, as long as we wouldn't be trying to make money from it. But also, I do not have the time for that.
I would start it and then forget, and it just would.
Yeah. I've forgotten what the original question was again.
We're moving on to another question.
Okay.
I don't know. Do we even answer this question? What did we start talking about? How did we get here?
I was saying the shocking scene was that it wasn't related to ghosts or Rowan being crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shocking twist. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't really find any of the twists shocking. I just thought they were stupid.
Yeah.
It was kind of all over the place.
Yeah. All right, Peter. If you had to fight one of the characters in an old-timey boxing ring, who would you choose and would you win?
I've thought of this question, and I've decided I'm going to fight Dr. Grant.
What?
Because Rachel pulls up the photo, and he looks like a young man. Photo, and he looks old and decrepit, and he's clearly going for the camera. That's the version I would fight, because I have a good chance of winning. And what I'd do is I'd go into the garden, and I'd get one of his own flowers, and I'd grab his glove, and then hold it up to his face, and then fucking down he goes.
That is very smart.
I thought of this. Yep. Up here for thinking, down here for dancing. Yeah, that's so.
Victoria?
Yeah, Dr. Grant, or maybe
What about
Petra.
you?
Petra? You're gonna fight an infant?
It's because you would.
Again, because I might win. I'm not gonna fight Ellie, am I? She's a little fucking killer already.
Yeah, no, she'll kill you instantly.
Exactly.
And Maddie would poison you.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna fight any of them.
I like how you just skip over all the other adults in the book.
Yeah, all the other adults are fucking gone, but the children, I can put them up.
I think I'd fight Bill. Just clock him right in the face.
That'd be cool.
I think he deserves it the most out of anyone in that book.
You know what you should do? You know they were drinking wine that night? Is go... Do you remember in The Dark Knight when the Joker pushes that guy's head onto the pencil? You do that with the wine glass? I'm gonna make a wine glass disappear.
God.
Why so serious, Batman? I saw that film recently, can you tell?
Alright, Jeff, who are you fighting?
I had also thought of Bill, but I think if I was in Ronan's position, knowing like the history with Bill, and if she had read that damn binder and knowing that the poison garden was there, I would have poisoned him, which really isn't. So Bill would still be dead, but if I had to fight someone, it would be Rachel, because she was a mess and made me angry. She's a little too paranoid and not using.
That's fair. She deserves it.
Yeah. Victoria, who would you fight? And would you win?
She already told us she'd fight Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sick, okay?
Okay.
Not making a fuss about it. Not making a big deal about it or anything. It's fine.
Alright, are
sorry.
you guys ready for one of your favorite parts?
How we would adapt the book. Oh, I didn't really think about it that much. I think I would just do like a really quick movie.
Whoa.
I think I could.
Whoa.
Oh, what?
This
Oh,
is not
right,
how
the
we do
characters.
this.
This is Jan,
bad.
it's protocol.
The hell
I
is wrong
totally
with
forgot
you?
about casting. Even though I did it, I forgot. Let me find that real quick.
Just jumped right into it.
Yeah.
You didn't even
I
give
was
me a
just so
chance.
excited.
I put all this work
It is
into
our favorite
it,
bit.
and this is what I get.
See, I at least said
I'm
thank you
sorry.
when you sent me the
See, this is why you guys can't run a book club without me. I'm just saying. We haven't even finished this episode.
right.
You're already a mess.
Damn.
Can we hire you to work on our new book club?
I don't know if you can afford my fees. I do a lot for you guys, and I don't know if you can afford me. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
You'd also have to pay Lola because she's my assistant. She's also very expensive.
See, it's Lola who I fear. I feel like I could bring you ideas, discuss them, whereas Lola would be like, no, that's fucking stupid, not doing it. They'd be like, no, what about if, nope, fucking stupid, not doing it, move on.
Yep. She's no funny business.
Yeah. She's firm but fair.
Yeah. Alright, Jim, you're up first because you picked the book.
Okay. I've done a terrible thing. Now that I'm up first, I realize I didn't like check how to say people's names. Okay. First character. Peter, you're gonna have to help me when you see the name. But for Rowan, I chose, I think it's a sh sound. Sure? I don't know, man. She's from Dairy Girls, so I picked her. And I love her in Dairy Girls.
Saoirse Jackson.
Saoirse. Okay.
Like
I love
Saoirse
her.
Ronan.
I don't know who that
I don't know
is.
what that would be.
She was in a film.
Saoirse.
Yeah, Saoirse.
Anyways.
She's Irish, but that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't pick like her to be Scottish or anything or from England like Rachel is, I think. I just like her. I like her acting. She's fun. For Ellie, I chose Emily Mitchell. I don't know if I've seen her in anything. I just chose random child actors that I thought, so don't even worry about it. It's not that deep. For Maddie, I chose Arya Kane just because I think she looks the part. She could totally be an angry 8-year-old who's trying to pretend the house is haunted. For
And
Jack, I chose.
Sorry. I was going to say, they are also described as like, Ellie is described as being blonde and Maddie is described as being darker, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, so Maddie
one
is
of
like
them's
darker
blonde and
haired.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember. But this
Yeah.
Arya actress does have very I See Dead People vibes. So, good choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For Jack, I chose Gerard Butler because I googled Scottish actors and they're like, this man. And I was like, yeah, he could be a handyman.
It's either him or Ewan McGregor, one or the other. We have 2 actors here, and that's it.
And then for Sandra, I chose Emily Blunt because I think she looks the part of an almond mom who's too into her husband, a cheater, a serial cheater, and also negligent and absent from her children's lives. So yes, great.
Even the pose you picked of her being like, with her hand on her chest. When I saw that photo, I was like,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely, I can see that.
And then for Jean Mackenzie, I chose Tilda Swinton because I thought she would be a perfect caretaker. Who's like really, really kind to the children and kind of icy. And I like her. I don't see her in enough films and shows and stuff.
What else is she in? Because I don't know if I know her.
She was in...
I just know her from like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is like her big one. I know she's been in something else.
She was in Doctor
But-
Strange and the Marvel films recently as the Eternal One.
Yeah. That's the only other recent thing I can.
And she also looks like Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
Conan himself makes that joke, so it's not
Okay.
a joke.
I don't see it.
No.
But yeah, that's my casting.
Okay, and how
And I would do a movie. I would cut out a bunch of stuff. I'd have the fun plot twist. It would be I'd get like a 61% rating on Rotten. It would come out in October because I would tell people I would advertise it as like a spooky ghost story and it turns out murder mystery.
Don't forget, this is your film. You could make it a ghost story if you wanted.
No, we got to keep the original plot. People need.
they need to know?
People need to judge it as much as we did.
Yep. Who's next?
I was gonna go next because I think I went last time, and I didn't want
You
to make
deserve to go
Peter
next.
go not last, or make him. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember my
You
reasoning.
deserve to go next.
All right. For Rowan, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a surprise for me too. Oh, I went with Jennifer English.
Why is this a surprise for you?
Because I don't remember. I did this at like 12 o'clock last night.
Oh.
And the saddest thing is I actually put it together this morning, like when I messaged you guys yours. But I don't remember it. I remember like one of them. No, I do. It's okay. We'll get there. Anyways,
Jennifer English?
I went with Jennifer English. She did the voice for Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, okay.
Because I was trying to like kind of keep people from where they are. So she is English. She has a very like adorable English accent. Actually, I don't know if she's English. I shouldn't have just said that. But I like her voice, and I think she would be able to do like the kind of a dumb nanny role.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think she could also, when she has those moments where she breaks and is stern, I think she could do that. And like Jam, I just googled random child actresses, and I had to be so careful about how I googled it because I was like, I don't want to end up on a list somewhere.
Yeah, you said that to me yesterday, and I was like, that is amazing. That is astonishingly true.
Because like at least with like when you do like teenagers, it's not that bad. But I can't be like child actresses under the age of 10. Like that's just so suspicious.
Yeah.
So I'm like on like random IMDb things, and I just went by vibes. This is Miriam Spunpkin. Look at that face and tell me you don't think she could push someone out a window.
Adorable.
Like she just has
Adorable
that look.
Serial killer.
Right?
Yeah,
she
like
just
the corner of
has...
her eyes are like, I will kill you.
I think she could do it. She would do such a good job at it. And then for Maddie, I did... Oh, that's not how I do that. Alina Brace. Again, just purely off of vibes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's believable that she sees ghosts.
What have these children been in?
I have no idea. They're just random. I think she's from... One of them is from Texas, I think. Unless I'm confusing them with someone else that I almost picked. But, yeah, no, I don't know who any of these children are. I went by the photos and was like, sure, you look like you're the right age.
I did the same.
For Jack, I went with David Tennant because he is my favorite Scotsman and I love him. So...
Good to know. That's a good choice.
It's a man from Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a man from Scotland. Yay, we love him.
I do love him.
There's no shame in that. It's okay.
I think Peter's mad at me now.
I'm not mad.
Uh-oh.
I'm just disappointed.
Anyways, I think I picked him at the part when he's like comforting Petra. And I was like, I think I just want David Tennant to call me love. And that's why I picked him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why are you thirsting for this man?
I just love him so much. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Okay.
Anyways, for Sandra, I went
So,
with...
who's your next choice, love?
It's not the same. I'm so sorry, Peter. It's gotta be David Tennant. I went with Olivia Colman for Sandra. Just because I also love her.
Did you ever see
Coleman
Broadchurch?
would never.
Sorry?
Did you ever see Broadchurch? Because they were in that together.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing I ever saw her in. That's one where they're detectives, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it is. I'm gonna say I loved that show, even though I just had to ask what it was. But I did actually really enjoy that show. It was so well done. See, that was a good mystery. That's how it should have been done.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you should watch it. It's good. And then for Jean, this is the one that I think Peter probably almost picked, the same one that I ended up going with. I went with Maggie Smith.
This close to picking Maggie Smith. I saved a photo of her because I was going to send it to you.
I refuse to accept that she's dead. So she is being cast.
In Scotland, we don't die; we just regenerate.
Exactly. So
isn't that right, David Tennant, your favourite Scotsman?
So yeah, this is my cast, and I would do it as a movie, just one and done, get it over with. But when you were talking about Bill and why you didn't end up picking him for one of the things, and you're like, oh, like he just fucks people, I think it would be so funny if we just never see his face.
Well, that's what I was thinking, like, in the movie, like, maybe he would be in the dinner party thing.
Yeah.
It should just be the back of his head or his shoulder or leg.
Yeah, it would be, like, very clever, like, framing so that you never actually see his whole face. And then even when they do, like, when Ree's talking about how he was, like, fucking Holly and fucking all these people, like, there would be flashbacks and you still wouldn't see his face.
Like a lampshade would be in front of his face or something.
Yeah, just very convenient frames so that you never actually see who this man is, because he's just so irrelevant. All he does is fuck people.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do a flashback scene to Rachel's childhood with him leaving? And would you at all then?
I feel like I would do a flashback scene for the necklace, since that seems to be so fucking important to this book. But otherwise, like, that's probably it. Because, like, I honestly did not give a shit.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh,
you can just show the necklace in his hand or him tying it around her neck.
Yeah, it would
something.
literally just be like him putting it on her as a kid, where it's like mostly focused on her and the fact that it's like a little R, and you just see his hands.
Which is fun.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my movie.
Right. So, my casting. And would you keep to the plot or would you...
Yeah, I would keep it. And I would do like what
What would
Jam
you-
did, where you advertise it as like, ooh, ghosts. And then it's like, haha,
spooky for
just
me.
kidding. Like, everyone needs to be disappointed like we were.
Like you show the clip of like, we hate you in the spaghetti, in the
Yeah.
alphabeti spaghetti, and have like a noise or something. there.
Yeah, and then it's on the wall. And then there's Maddie hugging Rowan, being like, they don't want you to stay. Or like, you're gonna, whatever it is that she says.
The
Like,
ghosts
that would be
don't
my
like
trailer.
you.
Yeah.
And then like, you do that fast cut of that doll rolling onto the floor, then her picking it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
shit
and then
like
them trying to open the attic door and it's slowly creaking open, but you don't see that it's blocked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is like a slow orchestral version of whatever song that's played that night.
Yeah.
Some child song, though. It has to be like some creepy nursery rhyme.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of old Scottish nursery songs, and there's a song called You Can't Shove Your Granny Off a Bus. Oh, you can't shove your granny off a bus. Ah, you can. Oh, you can't shove your granny off a bus. Ah, you can. Oh, you can't shove your granny, 'cause she's your mammy's mammy. You can't shove your granny off... Ah, you can.
Okay, it has
That'd
to
be
be that
perfect.
one. Like a really
But all
slowed down. Slowed down, sung by children. There's like a scene of Rowan running in the garden. Not the garden, to the house being like, Maddie.
Yeah.
But you don't hear what she's saying. It's like muted. You just see her screaming. See her like pushing open the poison.
Granny, shove your granny the bus.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you can't shove your granny off a bus.
And it's all just like slow-mo with all the things we've talked about.
Yeah, yeah.
10 out of 10 trailer. Guys, we should become producers.
We've made this already. This is amazing.
Listen, if this ends up becoming a movie, we have evidence that we came up with this first.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
And we're coming for your money, Ruth.
Yeah.
So my turn now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I originally did think somebody like maybe Natalie Portman, Keira Knightley, who can do that kind of very crisp British accent, but then I thought Florence Pugh, because why the fuck not? She's funny. For Ellie, I had the exact same thought as you, Victoria. How do I Google children's names? So I didn't even bother. For Ellie, I chose Megan, M3GAN, the doll. Because also there's the whole killing thing. There's that. For Maddie, again, I just didn't even bother thinking children. I thought somebody, although in fairness, this person is kind of short, I believe. Orby Plaza. Somebody who can just be a snarky, vicious 8-year-old, like, fucking get
She's a bit old.
No, not at all. It'll work, okay? Like, the fucking ghosts don't want you to be here. Fuck off. I'm gonna steal your fucking necklace and die out a window. Goody. You know, that's what I thought. So, we have Gerald Butler. We have, oh, what was his name? That fella Victoria chose. Can't remember her favourite Scottish person. Well, I went for the third option, Ewan McGregor as Jack. Because I think he'd be very good at being smarmy, being kind of sleazy, but not deliberately doing it. So, like, the flirtation between him and plus, he's an older man and she's... So, you've got that whole thing. For Sandra, I thought similar along the lines of... Who did you choose, Victoria?
Olivia Colman. I had to double check.
Oh, okay, no. Who did you choose, Jam?
I don't remember. Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Okay, I chose Kate Winslet as Sandra. Somebody who's just there. Like, they're a good actress, but they're just there. They just exist, and I think Kate Winslet could do that fairly well. And finally, for Jean, I almost picked Maggie Smith. Like, I have a photo of Maggie Smith on my phone, but I nearly sent Victoria. I also nearly picked Mrs. Doubtfire. I have a photo of Mrs. Doubtfire that I saved on my phone, send again. Because Jean was giving, hello there, big vibes. So deny to me that Mrs. Doubtfire wouldn't have been the perfect Jean. That's all I'm saying. But in the end, I chose Dame Judi Dench. And I would have it probably as like a 2-part TV thing. I feel like I'd probably lean more into this. I wouldn't make it like it was Supernatural, but I'd lean more. Maybe add a few more bits. Maybe even add like a flashback with Dr. Grant's little girl dying. Show that on screen, but it'd be like a 2-part TV movie, and out at Halloween again. So that was my choice.
Okay.
Thank you. We are all very good at this bit.
Yeah. I think this was one of the best ones. Mostly because we came up with the whole trailer. And now I'm like, we need to make this. We need funding.
We came up with a trailer and a sequel.
Yeah. And 3 casts.
At least one of which has at least one Scottish person in the cast from each of us.
So we just have to approach all 3 Scotsmen and see who takes the deal.
What if we just cast all 3 of them as all the characters?
No, what if we cast all of them as Jack and they just like change throughout the movie and see who actually notices?
Yeah. Like, Jack is just kind of such a nothing character that even in a scene, like, it looks at Jack, it cuts to Rowan, it cuts back, and it's Ewan McGregor. It cuts back to Rowan, it cuts back, and it's Gerard Butler. Like, they're just so interchangeable nothing. That'd be amazing. Although I feel like I'd lean more into the horror elements, but I'd also lean it funnier, more like a really dry comedy. I don't know if I'd flat out kill Maddie. I'd maybe like make her break her spine or something, which is not as bad as dying.
That seems worse.
Do you think so? I think that's grounds for Sandra to still leave, but I feel like it's not as bad as killing an 8-year-old.
I don't know, because now, like, their whole, like, obviously, like, their lives change when she dies, but now everything has to change, because now her whole life is going to revolve around taking care of Maddie.
Yeah.
She's going to be, like, wheelchair bound.
I think you can't leave Maddie alive, because if you do, Maddie could just say, like, well, tell the truth that Ellie pushed her out the window and then
that's
trying
true.
to kill Rowan.
Yeah.
Like, she has to be eliminated.
Unless Maddie doesn't see it because Rowan's light... Was Rowan's light... So I don't... We'll turn the lights off in Rowan's room. Although who the fuck else could it be? Who the fuck else could it be? By process of... I think it was Arthur Conan Doyle and Sherlock said that once you eliminate all the impossibilities, the possibilities are all that's left. So if fucking what's-her-face, if Rowan was with Jack that night, who the fuck else could it have been?
That's true, because Ree didn't get home yet. Petra's
Exactly.
a baby. It had to be Ellie.
No, the real plot twist is it was Petra.
Yeah. Like, the very last scene is Petra sitting in her crib kind of looking at the camera, and it slowly zooms into Petra's eye. Credits.
Alright, I think we nailed it. Good job, team.
We absolutely have. We're
Alright.
so good at this.
We are so good at this.
Now we get
Alright.
to rate the book.
Yeah, that's not next. I'm just changing all the things on the screen. Alright, now it's time to rate the book.
Yay!
Jam, do you want to describe our rating system for the people at home?
Okay, so we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, what is it? You wouldn't have finished the book if it weren't for book club. 10 being you recommend it to like all your friends, all your family, all your workers, people at prison, people in heaven, the people in hell.
Wow, she's recommending it to everyone.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that good a book.
You have to tell everyone about it.
Tell your priest, your nun,
Add it to your
therapist.
prayers.
Your doctor.
Call your rabbi.
Yeah, that's our rating system.
And 5 is just kind of... It exists.
It was meh.
Yeah,
exists.
you're just neutral about it. It's a thing
Yeah.
that exists.
Yeah.
Alright. Who
So,
wants to go
who
first?
would like to go first? I mean, I'll go. I'm giving it a 4.
I think that's fair.
Like, I didn't have any, like, strong dislike toward it. It's not really, like, a thing that exists. Definitely at the end. And, like, yeah, mostly because of how everything turned out. It's not like I strong test and the characters. It's just like, oh, okay. So 4 for me.
Peter, what about you?
I want to be a real fucking bitch about this.
Do it.
I really do. And if I were to be a
allowed
massive
to.
fucking bitch about it, if I didn't live in a world where it's entirely possible, I might run into Ware at some festival somewhere.
But maybe it's important that you run into her at some festival somewhere with the rating that you like to give her. How will she grow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm leaning more towards a definitely a solid. I don't even know if I can say like a soft 4. Definitely a 3.
A 3.
Because there was just too many plot holes and too much that was needlessly there. And I didn't entirely like the way it was written. Like, as I said, it was very much like, "Dear Mr. Exum, you called," but it was like, "Stand by Eminem," which I'm going to... I love that joke. Making that joke since I finished reading the book. I feel like 3 is probably the best I could give this book. There were elements of a better book in there, and I wish I'd gotten the better book than the one we got. But I don't think I can go any
fair.
higher than a 3.
I think that's fair. I feel like you guys hated this book more than I did. But maybe that's just because I had to read it in one day. So I didn't have time for it to piss me off. Because I think I started reading it like last week, but then I had to do overtime and I was just like really busy. So by the time... So I was reading it yesterday. I started at page 32. And then I finished the whole book yesterday.
Did you do a detailed read, or was it just kind of skimming?
No, I read it.
Okay. Sometimes in these things we do skim when we run out of time.
I try to only do that if I've already read the book. So, like, for The Martian, I 100% skimmed, because I was like, I've already read
Okay.
this fucking textbook. I don't need to read it again. I already passed this class. I'm good to go. So, I think I didn't hate it as much, so I'm going to go with a 6.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Which
Well,
part
I'm
did you
glad
think
you
was a
enjoyed
6?
it.
I think it's more
Could you
so
send me that part, please? I'd love to read it. I'd love to read a 6.
I mean, like, a 6 for me is not that great. But I didn't hate it. If someone were to tell me that they wanted to read it, I'd be like, okay, tell me your thoughts after. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, do not touch that, don't read it. So, I don't know. I don't mind. I like her writing style. Like, I didn't mind it very much. Whereas, like, we've read other books where I'm like, I physically want to... I actually can't say on stream what I was about to say.
DM us. I want to know.
It's a joke that I often say, but I realize that I think you
Oh,
can actually
okay.
get banned for that. So I need to
Yeah.
stop saying that on stream.
I'm with you now. I feel it.
Yeah. So it didn't make me want to do that. So it was already at a 5. And then it was like a pretty enjoyable book, I guess. I don't know if I would buy another one of her books, but I would get it from the library to see what happens. And maybe not if it takes place in Scotland.
And there's David Tennant's in it.
Yeah, unless if David Tennant's reading the audiobook, you know what? I'm there. I'm sold. I love that man.
Heaven forbid he turned down a fucking job once in a while.
Hey man, he has to make money to support his family. Let him do what he's gotta do. He supports trans people. Like, he's good at my book.
Yeah.
I love that man.
thing.
So, anyways, 6 stars. Just because I feel like, man.
Alright.
What would you say is the overall rating?
Like a 5.
I feel like probably about a 5, maybe like 4.5, 5, all overall.
I feel good about 4.5.
Yeah, I think it'd be a 4.5.
Because you guys really didn't
Yeah.
like it. And so putting it at a 5 is too neutral, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, team.
We did it.
4.5. We're sorry, Ruth. I mean, we're not. But
I'm not sorry.
4.5.
I'm not even a little bit sorry.
Who's picking the book for next month? It's
It's
Peter?
Victoria.
Victoria?
Me. So I was going between 3 different books for a while. Because there was one that I want to read, and I want to make you read that author. Because
Okay.
she's one of my favorites. But I ended up not picking that one. Because...
Do you think we'll hate her?
No. But if you did, it would actually break my heart.
Oh.
But that's not why.
Okay.
Because I realized, like, I'm doing the September book. So by the time we do our book club, it's going to be almost October. So I got to get us ready for spooky season. I have to get us in the fall vibes, you know? And so then that put me down to 2 books that I had already.
My God,
Did you want me to show you the 2 options, or just the one that I picked?
Did you already choose one?
I did pick one.
Are you solid in your choice?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, let's see the 2 books.
Okay. The first one that I did not go with is the Final Girl Support Club. Oops.
Okay.
It's about it's a support group for people who were almost killed. Hold on. I'm describing this bad. It's a support group for 6 final girls and their therapists, and a support group for those who endured the unthinkable, working to put their lives back together.
And why didn't you choose this book?
Because it's not October. So I felt like it was a
Okay.
little too horror-y. Sorry, that was a really bad way to describe it, but whatever. Anyways, the one that I did pick is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires.
Ooh.
Because I've had it on my shelf I've had this book for so long. I bought it in Nova Scotia when I was with Jam. This book has survived a
First time or
hurricane.
the second time?
The second time.
Oh, the second time.
The hurricane time. So this book survived a hurricane.
And it has not been read since.
And it hasn't been
yet.
read. No.
I have. You were in a hurricane, Jam?
We were in the middle of the hurricane.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the hurricane?
When was
Beginning.
this?
A couple years ago.
Oh, was it before you knew me?
No. I don't think so. When did this happen?
It was after COVID, so we definitely knew you.
Okay. This is
Wait,
the
was
first
it
time
after?
hearing about this.
It was after COVID.
I'm pretty sure it was after COVID.
Yeah. The first time was before, because that was like 2019. And then we went again.
2022, maybe?
2022, 2023 ish.
Which is kind of
to
around
check.
about.
I have
when we
photos that have like the dates of the trips. I have albums that are like Banff 2022, New York 2024, Scotia.
No.
Oh no, I can't find it. Where are my photos? Nova Scotia. Oh,
It
I
was
don't have a
2022.
date. Okay.
Yeah, because there's Hurricane Fiona, so 2022.
Yeah, so we'd probably maybe, if we'd met to that point, we'd just have met.
No, we knew each other already because we started streaming when we had the time. When we
Yeah.
were all locked down.
Time doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I'm sorry.
No. Oh, man. But yeah, this is some of the aftermath of that. It was a pretty crazy
We
hurricane.
tried to like go to a park and we couldn't because the trees had fallen.
Yeah. There's like trees being ripped out of the ground. But yeah.
Everything was a mess. We were lucky that we left in time because I think the road had gotten washed away.
Oh yeah, we would have been stranded on an island.
Because we had wanted to stay a day more, but I guess luckily we didn't book things properly.
Yeah, luckily I fucked up our Airbnb dates.
Then our flights, we had to get them rescheduled because they got canceled and they didn't schedule
Yeah.
it.
So you ended up having to stay an extra day. It was a pretty crazy time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, this book has survived a hurricane. You can't even
What does it
tell.
say?
It looks brand new.
It does look brand new. What's the description on the synopsis on the back?
Oh, right. I forgot about that part. Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then, James Harris walks into her life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years. But when children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse?
Are we expecting some level of smut in the
I
book?
don't know. I just realized as I was reading that, I was like, I don't know how spicy this book gets. And I don't know how to check.
Well, we're gonna have to read it and find out. I will probably get to it first, so I'll let you know.
You do seem to be like the sniffer dog for finding out all the bad things in this Jam.
Yeah, because
You're like the scout. You're like the
unfortunately or
advanced party.
fortunately, if I leave a book to the last minute to finish it, like not that I couldn't, it's just I'm not gonna enjoy it, and I'm sure I'd give it like a much slower time rushing through. So I feel like I have to start like a little bit early, so then when cringy or stupid things happen, I can give myself a break. Like, I'll come back again.
So, I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Oh, we gotta pick a date.
Oh, yeah.
That's
A
right.
date when we're all available. I'm assuming because the last Sunday of September 28th.
Yeah. I'm
We're all
good for
free?
that one.
I should be
Okay.
free for that. I'm just waiting on my calendar. Loading.
Okay.
Let's see, September when? When? I'm sorry. When are we?
The 28th.
28. Free as a daisy.
Okay.
Oh,
Before we go, by the way, I just want to touch on the news that you posted in the Discord about a book, because we read, what did we read? Gwen and Art are not in love, and we said, shouldn't there be a sequel? And we manifested this. There is going to be a sequel called Bridget and Gabe Are Not Okay. I don't know if there's a release date for that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I can't. I had to Google it just to make sure, but I was. So I can't see an immediate release. Let's see. Release date. August 2026. Probably at the Edinburgh Book Festival.
I don't know if I'm thrilled about that. Because, like, what we were talking about in the beginning about how I'm down one strike, I've got 2 left. I was that book.
Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out very badly there.
How much did you hear? Okay, I was talking about, like, how I was down a strike because of this book. And then I thought, like, well, Gwen and Art one. It's like, we all kind of seem to hate that. Well, maybe not. I think we did.
No,
I think we were just disappointed because it wasn't Legends and Lattes.
I did 7. Peter did 7. You did 5.5.
It was me. I was the problem.
So I feel like I still have a pretty good track record. Thank you very much.
God damn.
Yeah. I am literally on 1 strike left, though.
Yeah, sorry, Peter.
With The Martian and... what was the other one I chose? Hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Do better, Peter.
What did I pick?
And with next month, I will be the one leading us into...
Yeah, so I guess we'll find out in October if Peter is still a member of the book club or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's not the worst way I've ever been fired, but also not the best.
How mad would you be if I replaced you with David Tennant?
If you can get David Tennant, I actually wouldn't be very happy about it at all. It doesn't matter who it is, it still hurts, okay? Can you not see my shirt? It says they took my show away.
I did see.
I got it after somebody took my show away.
Mine just says, oh, you can't see it. It's not high enough. Mine's Stardew Valley.
Oh, very nice.
Anyways.
So I just wanted to touch on Art and Gwen getting a sequel, which we manifested, so we are entitled to at least 3%. If you're listening, Lex Croucher, hit us up.
I agree. Alrighty.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts? I'm hungry.
I am hungry. I don't know if I'll read another Ruth Ware book.
She's getting a TV show. Is it TV? I am sure, fairly sure it's a TV show made of books for Girl in Cabin 11. There's something in something something. So she's getting like a TV show coming out.
I guess maybe if it's like something based in London or she's actually, I will read it and appreciate it more. I was just not a huge fan of authors.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely does, and I would be happy to be. I say I'm happy to be corrected if Ruth does comment. Actually, that would be kind of embarrassing, but it doesn't feel like much research was done into Scotland. It's like she had to choose a random place through a dart and was like, good enough.
I didn't realize how many books she had written. She has 10 books already.
Yeah, and people love her work.
People do.
According to the internet, unless too.
But we clearly never read this book.
Huh.
Although even this book is like 4.5. I think I saw it was like 4.8 out of 5 on something.
Yeah. So I was expecting a lot from it.
And I honestly don't think we're missing anything. I don't think we expected too much. So I wonder why. I wonder why it didn't hit.
Oh, if you go to Storygraph, it's 3.8 stars.
Oh,
see, Storygraph are my people. They understand me.
They get us.
This is why we don't use Goodreads. Alright. Well, thanks for coming, team.
Thanks for
I
being
will
here.
maybe possibly see you next month if I still have a job.
Well, you do at least
We still
until
have a job.
until
That's true.
October at least.
Yeah.
Until the end of October when we read your pick.
Yeah.
decide if you get to
I
your
am
job.
genuinely so glad that this was Victoria's month because I had nothing. The only book I had, well, I won't say it because I might choose it next month, but I had a book that was recommended to me which I haven't read, so that was my only possibility for something.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is there anyone you guys would like to raid?
Is there anyone online
There's
that
like
we can
no
read?
one online
Yeah, I got no one.
unless you want to raid T-Pain. I don't think he'd love that. He'd be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
He should raid
little
us.
Club?
He should raid us. You can always just go raid animals if no one has anyone. That's all I have.
You
right
could do
now.
that.
Do you have anyone? Sorry? Say a dream?
I do have Sandrine, but nobody else. Oh, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross is dead.
Doesn't mean he won't appreciate it. No, I've got no. Like it's Sandrine, but nobody else.
Alright, I'm gonna throw us over to some animals. Everyone go follow Alveus. Alright. Thanks for coming, guys. If you're... Oh, we didn't do, like, shout-outs for you guys.
They know who we are.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
11th one. They know who we are at this point.
Oops.
No, it's not. It's the 10th one.
Here's Peter. Speed shout-outs.
Beat shout out. I stream sometimes. I haven't in a while, except together on Sunday. Pop Sundays.
Are we
I will make
next
content
Sunday?
again. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to double check.
I'm free next Sunday, so we could do a thing.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yee.
Alright, go follow the book club socials.
Yeah. Hearts. Ow. Other heart. The stupid. What's the other one?
Stupid ass.
Oh yeah. All the
stupid
hearts.
ass move on Gen Z heart.
I can't even. How
Gen Z heart. Your K-pop heart.
diamond.
Your millennial heart.
The real heart.
I don't
the
know
OG.
what the boomers did.
And then you
This
do,
one I
if you do up
Sorry,
here, it's
boomer.
the fearless heart. Oh,
The boomer heart? I don't know.
boomer ass heart.
Isn't this
Alright.
no YMC?
I don't know what that is.
YMC.
Why?
Yeah, but
Oh,
people
I
do
don't
it
know.
as a heart too, to like do like if someone's super far away, they'll do like a big heart.
And also, what we used to do. And the rage just
Did
went
we
through.
did the
Yeah,
radio?
Yeah. Amazing.
Alright.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm
stream.
hungry and I need to pee.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, gang.